Alright guys, we are almost ready. I'm just getting stuff set up. I need to finish setting up the stream. Whew. Okay, almost here. Let me just grab this. I gotta put my tags. I gotta put everything on here. I had a lot of stuff to prepare for this, but we did it. We got it in there. So we're gonna assign this to that, and then add the tags and save. Okay. Whew. Let me get the stream link, copy video URL. Okay. Let me put a notice. I'm almost done here. Sorry, guys. Just posting the link here. Okay. There we go. All right, I'm gonna undeafen on Discord. Okay. Frog.
What's up?
9. Oh, you know what? Let me actually. I remember it sounding a little bit quiet in the original thing, so maybe I can figure out how to fix that. I'll figure that out later, probably. Maybe. Anyway. I'll just be closer to the mic and whatever. Alright. So we're going to remove this. Okay. I was just clearing out some of the stuff on your character sheet since we're redoing everything. Like the stuff in the equipment tab. I had to take some stuff away. Anyway, we are ready. So, we are starting. If we can see. Oh, did I? Wait, I need to take this away. Boom. There we go. Now we can see. Alright, so we are starting in the continent of Darina. We're going to zoom in here. We are now going to be setting this setting in the city of Bord, which is located here on the east end of the northern section of Darina. And Bord is going to be your hometown, is where you've been born. A little bit of history for you is that your parents were travelers who would go out and bring like caravans and supply other people in need with supplies like foods and some simple medicines and things like that. They would deliver them to other areas and try to, do good for people. And at a certain point, your parents were the victims of an attack. The attacks were by a person named Thok, Thok, and these attacks happened roughly 5 years ago. So you would have had some pretty adolescent memories, some faint memories of your parents, but like you didn't, you weren't really old enough to like really understand pretty much anything because you were probably only like 8 years old or so when they were attacked. Um, but since then, you've been taken care of by the city's folk, the people, the Shirudo community. They have been taking care of you. Most notably, the high priest of the temple, whose name is Alucard. He's probably one of the biggest contributors towards your upbringing. And with that being said, we're going to jump right in. It is now going to be um, about 7 a.m. when your character is waking up. You will be required to be at the. Okay, let me bring up the map. That's not the map. This is the map. You'll be required to be at the discussion hall by 8 a.m. Um, that discussion hall is going to be reserved for 1 hour for a study hall for the students or the apprentices of the monastery temple for Silex. So, you do live home alone because your parents are dead, but you're
Way to
okay.
rub it in.
Yep. This house right here, the in the second row, in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th column, this house here, that's labeled player, is going to be where you currently live. Um, and the discussion hall in the top right corner of the map is your current destination of where your quest indicator is showing.
Okay, so to be clear, I have to be up at the discussion hall and then at the Temple of Silex.
um, so the Temple of Silex, that is something that's going to happen later tonight. You're scheduled to be there at around 7 p.m. So you have like 12 hours from now before you have to be at the temple to start your temple trials. So, um, the idea is that you can take as much time as you need in the temple trials, but you're gonna hear from about that from Alucard.
Okay. And then like I should go to the discussion hall.
Yeah, that's your study hall. Um,
Okay.
so pretty much all of the students, or most of the students, I should say, it's optional technically. You don't have to go, but it is very much recommended to go to your study hall, especially on the day of your temple trials. Um, so it's good to like get a last minute cram session in.
Okay. I go to the discussion hall.
Okay. So you're gonna see as you're leaving your house, you head north and you come through these big, massive wall gates. You're gonna notice that it is split up onto two sides. So foot traffic goes in one direction on each side. So you're not able to go in on the left side hallway. You have to go in from the right side hallway. So the east gate area is to go north through the town, and then the west gate is to go south through the town. And this helps the foot traffic be more organized. But you definitely pass through the east side entrance of this hallway, and you go up and you come out from these massive doors and you turn to the east and walk down the pathway to the discussion hall. As you enter the discussion hall, you will see Alucard. He's standing at the podium, and usually this is also used as a debate hall, but right now it's being used as a classroom setting, so there's only one podium right now. But usually there'll be more than one podium, sometimes two, three, four podiums, depending on how many speakers are talking and discussing with each other.
Okay, is Alucard like presenting or something?
He's waiting for the time to start, so he's letting everybody enter into the room. You're going to see some of the familiar faces that you're going to recognize as people who you have been kind of in. You've noticed these people in study hall kind of semi often, such as the characters Dairu and Haruka. These two are the same age as you and have been studying. Now, recently, Dairu has attempted his temple trials a little less than a week ago and did not succeed. He was in there for over 24 hours and he came back out and was not able to successfully complete the temple trials. And so he's trying to study up extra hard this time and learn as much as he can, and they're making him wait an extra year before he can retry the temple trials, and that's typically standard. So if somebody fails their temple trials, they usually have to wait for a full year before they have the opportunity to redo it. So you enter the discussion hall. There is seating provided in the area in front of the podium.
Okay. Would it be inappropriate in Sharuto society to greet Alucard
It would not.
and greet Dumb Haruka?
It would not be inappropriate. It would be appropriate to do so.
Okay, I warmly greet Alucard and kind of like more like subtly greet Dairu and Haruka.
Dairu
And
and
I take my
Haruka,
seat.
they're gonna wave back at you, and Alucard is gonna say, "Greetings, Oeland. Welcome to class."
Thank you, Alucard. I look forward to what we'll be learning today. I'm sure it'll be of help in the temple trials.
Yes, it will be. So definitely pay attention this time, because the important information is about to be distributed into your minds.
Okay, I take my seat.
And then with that, Alucard is going to begin his lecture. He's going to say, "All right, everyone, time to quiet down. It is time for us to begin the lecture. I'll be lecturing you for 1 hour today, so it's a short day today. But we're going to be going over some crucial information about our culture. And these are things that you should know and will help you in your time through the temple trials." So, listen up. And he's going to begin teaching. So, he is going to start this is going to be a rapid fire information note taking session where you're going to go into your character sheet, into the notes tab, or into whatever thing that you want to use for taking notes, and you're going to just shorthand take these notes, because I'm going to just speak a bunch of information, and whatever you get written down is what your character is going to retain.
Got you.
All right. As you all know, Silex is the celestial of resilience, with power over fortitude and resilience, respectively. Silex, a long time ago, has granted individual people with unique resilient abilities. These abilities manifest in a manner of a defensive arts, magic, magic proficiency in defensive arts, where we are uniquely gifted with the ability to protect people. Silex believes in the sanctity of peace, even with your enemies. So be careful not to fall into the same mindset as our opponents. When somebody opposes us, we do not retaliate. Instead, we stand. Silex also believes that enemies are really just people who you don't know yet. You don't know the struggles that these people are going through and what's leading them down this road of darkness. But us standing in the way of their anger and standing in the way of their rage, we are able to diffuse it, because no one can be angry forever. And so if you stand long enough, The fire of their rage will fizzle out, and you will be able to break through their walls and potentially save them from the dark destiny that they're forging for themselves. Silex asked his people, which is us, to attempt to make peace with everyone as much as possible. Never to strike first, and always act to protect others. We must bear the burden of peace in order to bring the world together. Next, we're going to review some of our symbolism, since some of you seem to be struggling in this area, which is understandable, since most of you were not around when these symbols were first introduced into our culture.
I shoot a glance at Dairu.
And Dairu is like furiously scratching the tip of his quill on a paper, like trying to write down everything as quickly as possible. He's like frantically going at it. Let's
Okay,
begin.
symbolism. Ready.
The helix represents continuous perseverance. The tree growing through a rock. This is a symbol of standing even when the situation tries to hold you down. The burning flower represents the ability to withstand corruption while standing in the midst of evil. The bubble represents the tranquility. Wings will represent a covering protection. And our shield represents a barrier that stands between good and evil. And so he's going to go on to continue the lecture, but he's going to like expound on these principles, these ideals. He's going to drill these things for the next like 50 minutes. He's just like going over this information, answering questions. So if anybody raises their hand, he's going to like answer those questions. So if you have questions, you may raise your hand and ask them now.
Where do we have? Where did the symbol of the tree growing through the rock originate in our culture?
Good question.
And why the helix?
So the helix, let's start with that one first since you asked it last. The helix is a continuous spiral. It is an ever-growing, constant, persevering thing where if you look at nature, you will see the helix everywhere. You'll see the shells of snails will bear the emblem of the helix. Nature has the helix and nature perseveres. And so the helix was chosen to be the prime symbol for Silex, because it represents his perseverance that manifests through us. The tree growing through the rock. This was a symbol that was established at the beginning of this city. When Board was first built, it was nothing more than a tree that literally grew through a rock. And what I mean by this is that at the park, in the residential area, you will see at the center a not too impressive looking tree. It doesn't look impressive at first glance, but when you notice that at the feet of this tree, the roots of this tree are buried under a stony substance. This rock was there before the tree was. And this tree, while it had to grow, covered under the rock, which means the rock was blocking the sunlight. The rock was holding it down and putting pressure, and this tree is so small and fragile in its youthful stage. And yet, the tree withstood the pressure from the rock and pushed up to stand anyways, and it split the rock slowly but surely with perseverance so that it would break the rock in half as it erected itself and grew into the tree that it is today. And this is why our forefathers of this city decided to establish the city here because that was the ultimate idea of perseverance, if anyone has seen it. Good question. And he's gonna move on to the next person, and like, Dairu is gonna be asking like 3 questions per minute. he's like, he's gonna keep raising his hand, like, oh, can you clarify about that, blah blah blah. And like, so there's that. But with that, the discussion hall comes to a conclusion. It is now 9 p.m. or 9 a.m. Well, could you imagine 9 p.m.? It just like skipped the whole day.
Crazy.
It's 9 a.m. and you are free to go anywhere you'd like at any point. So the discussion hall is going to be closed for the next hour and will reopen an hour later for the purpose of discussion. So they're going to kind of like prepare the room for discussion hall for debates and that kind of stuff. So you have 1 hour before the discussion hall reopens if you're interested in returning to participate in any kind of discussions or that kind of stuff.
Okay, and I think you said I have like 9 hours remaining because I had 10 total. Is that correct?
Let's see, 9. If it's 9 now, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have like 10 hours.
Okay, okay. In that case, does Alucard have a spare minute to answer some questions?
Probably.
Okay, I approach Alucard and I ask him if he has some time to answer some questions.
No, no, I'm just kidding. Could you imagine? He's like, sure,
Like,
Oeland. Are you nervous about your temple trials?
nervous, yes, but mostly curious. Um, I did have some follow-up questions about the symbolism of our culture. I know we went over the helix and the tree growing through a rock, but we haven't gone over the burning flower, the bubble, the wings, or the shield. The shield is kind of self-explanatory, I guess, but the other three aren't so much.
I see. So, I will answer your question about one of these, but I do need to assist the discussion hall with preparing today's topics for discussion. So, I'll let you
The burning
choose which
flower,
one. The flower?
yeah.
Sure. So, the burning flower is a representation of our ability to withstand corruption while standing in the midst of evil. What this means is that the flower is on fire, except it is not consumed. The fire does not destroy the flower. So even though the flower is standing in the midst of destruction, it is not destroyed and it will not be corrupted. And so it is our ability to stand in the face of evil without falling or succumbing to its ideals.
But why this specific symbol for this concept?
I was pretty certain that that was a sufficient explanation. It clearly symbolizes that something that would normally be destroyed by another substance can stand and refuse to be corrupted.
Okay. I kind of like, I don't know, blush a little bit because like I didn't want to ask a stupid question, so I'm just gonna walk away and thank him for his time.
You're welcome. We can speak again later whenever you have more time and whenever I have more time.
God, I looked like a total Dairu there. Okay. Um,
R.I.P. Dairu.
I got like, how much time did that take? Any?
No. I'll leave that as because he's right there. It's just the end of the discussion hall.
Cool, cool. So I am gonna go to. Is there anything happening in the concert hall now, or is that later?
There is music being played in the concert hall.
I go to the concert hall.
Okay. So in the concert hall, uh, once you arrive at the little area, you can see the stage, and you're going to see an elf, a female elf. You're going to see a male dwarf, a female mystic, a female Noctera, which is like a moth person, or it's more specifically, it's a winged insect humanoid, but this one is particularly a moth subtype. And then there's also a male Chishiki, but the male Chishiki is not on the stage. He is kind of like to the side of the stage, in the front. So he's like watching the performance, and he's got like little trinkets on his arm where he's like flipping switches and pressing buttons. And when he's doing, every time that he's doing something, you're gonna notice that there's some kind of like fireworks that go off, or some kind of pyrotechnics are happening during the course of the song. And so there's like pyrotechnic visuals that are going on alongside with the music being played. A lot of the crowd is, you know, swaying and kind of like clapping their hands, and some people are dancing, and everyone's having a good time. Um, the elf, the female elf, is the lead vocalist. She is the main singer, and she's very charismatic on the stage, very confident. Um, the dwarf is a percussionist, and you're gonna notice that instead of having like traditional drums, he's actually going to have like discarded machinery parts that he's going to hit with his drumsticks, and it's going to make the percussion sounds that way. And so there's like, most of it's like discarded siege machinery. So this is like old, obsolete, warfare kind of things, like kind of like tank parts, if you would, like, but not tanks, right? But it's like the idea of the similarity would be like something that would be tank related, like military vehicles or like those kind of things. Those things that were dismantled and rendered obsolete because this kingdom doesn't want to go to war anymore, um, and wants to be a nation of peace. They dismantled them, and now he has pieces of it, and it's now rigged to be like a drum set that he like bangs on with his drumsticks. Um, then you've got a female mystic who is playing a mandolin. She's playing very skillfully. She's very calm, and she looks very like um, stoic as she plays. Or she's not very. She doesn't move a lot. She just kind of plays her instrument. Um, then you've got the female Noctera, who is playing a flute, a long flute. Um, and yeah, that's that. That's what they're all doing. Now, there's actually lyrics that are written for this. So the song that they are singing is called "Take the Road That Calls," and and I'm gonna put the lyrics on the screen and in the chat. And I'm gonna put it in the player chat. But oh, message. What? Huh? How does that make any sense?
Happen.
I'm getting an error message. When I put a message in the player chat, it says your message could not be delivered. This is usually because you don't share a server with the recipient. I'm posting it in the server. What do you mean? what, what do you mean?
Bro,
What?
you could screen like I'm looking at the stream, the YouTube stream right now.
Yeah. Uh okay, I'll do that. I'll bring it up on the stream. Um so I'm not gonna it's gonna be in my my notes spreadsheet. So you're gonna get a look at my notes spreadsheet when you look at this. But it's in a separate tab, so you're not gonna see anything else other than like tab names at the bottom. so but yeah, we will bring this up on the stream. But yeah, there's some lyrics. Uh, so it starts with pack your dreams in a traveler's pack, leave no fear to hold you back. There's a world outside the city walls, and it whispers soft, come hear the calls. And then that's the lead singer singing that part. And then Fenna, which is the um, mandolin player, she says, like, she starts singing and she says, footsteps echo where the dawn breaks wide, golden sunlight like a friend at your side. Every journey starts with a single sound, a beating heart, a shifting ground. And then the um, the Noctera is going to sing in a light and airy tone, and she's going to say, hear the winds rise up, hear the far land sing, hear the promise in everything. And then the full band all sings together, and it says, take the road that calls your name, take the path that sparks your flame, carry courage in your hand, step bold across this waiting land, every mountain, every fall, take the road that calls. And then it like shift gears, and the dwarf has like his own solo section where he just like goes crazy with like the percussion, and then he like in a very guttural tone is almost screaming the lyrics, and he says, drums of the earth beat steady and true, stone to soil they carry you through, let the rhythm guide your wandering stride, adventure's drum is the greatest guide. And then the full band does an instrumental break where they all play music. Fenna's strings lead with a bright melody. Uh, Siska follows with a quick fluttering tunes. Rock drives up the tempo with his percussion, and Kier triggers some bursts of harmless sparks that's timed to the beat of the song with like all the pyrotechnics. And then they repeat the chorus together in unison. Take the road that calls your name, take the path that sparks your flame, raise your eyes and stand up tall. There's more to life than these stone walls. Every star, each rise and fall, take the road that calls. And then Lyra, the main singer, like everything comes down in tone and comes into a softer song, and she sings, don't wait for fate to lead the way, your story starts when you choose the day. And that's the song that they play. Boom, easy claps. So they do a full performance of that song, and the crowd is like very upbeat about it. So the band kind of comes off the stage and begins like shaking hands with the people, you know, and giving hugs here and there. Some of them are shaking hands, some of them are hugging. You're going to notice that the lead singer stays like in the back behind the other groups, the members of the group, but the dwarf is very like nonchalant about like being boisterous and kind of putting his arm around people, their shoulders, and like shaking them around, like you know, like kind of swinging them around here and there to like mess around with people. The Noctera is very happy about people. Like she's so excited to see her fans. She's very um, like very interested in engaging with the people. The mystic is yeah, let me bring this back up. The mystic is very like calm and is kind of sitting or standing next to the lead singer in the back. And the Shishiki, the pyrotechnic person, is kind of like managing the crowd and is like letting it be one person at a time to come say hi to the band and like, you know, that kind of stuff. So that's what you see happening at the concert hall now.
I kind of shake my head in a disgusted way and turn out. I leave the concert hall.
Okay.
Like, I'm not going to say anything, but it kind of hits me as really sentimental and deceptive. Like, these are the people, it's their world that killed my parents, and they're talking about how great and wonderful it is and how adventure
Mm-hmm.
is something that you should just Like I walk out before I say anything immodest that would disrespect our culture.
Right. Okay. Where would you like to go?
Bathhouse.
The bathhouse.
Yeah.
Okay. You enter the bathhouse, where you see a Kazil managing the front counter, and he's going to say, "Hello, welcome. Can we interest you in a 1 hour time slot for relaxation?"
Yes, please. I think I could use a bath before I go in for my temple trial.
Oh, that's a good idea. I know that sometimes people have taken up to a week in the temple, so definitely a good idea to get clean before going in. Here you go. And he's gonna open up one of the doorways to one of the private hot springs. So basically, there's like a bunch of artificial hot springs that are each individually roomed. So each hot spring can fit a maximum of 1 to 2 people. Um, but he puts you into one where it's like just just you by yourself, alone in this one hot spring.
Okay. I take a bath
All right,
and I try to cool from the experience at the concert hall.
right. You're going to notice. Okay, let me actually see something about your character sheet. Um, okay, so you're going to notice that if you did have any points of stress accumulated, they'd kind of just melt away, and you'd be relaxed. But you had none already, anyways, so um, you just kind of relax a bit. There is
Gotcha.
a soap that you could use while you're in the bathhouse. It is a sun cap soap. So are you also going to use the soap while you bathe, or are you going to not use the soap?
I mean, I am taking a bath. Yes, I'm going to wash myself with soap.
Okay. So when you use the soap to take the bath, you are going to, for the next 24 hours, you will have +1 to all charisma checks.
Yo, nice.
So you have a temporary buff to your charisma. Okay. And um, it's also custom standard that like each bar of soap is a new bar of soap. So like you're not reusing a bar of soap that somebody else used. And when you do go to the bathhouse, if you do use the bar of soap, then you should take it with you.
Okay, I take it with me. I was actually going to ask if I could take it with me since I had used it up at the front.
Okay, so it's I'll put it in. I'll tell you the information. So it's a sun cap soap. So make sure to put it in your inventory. Um, you can use this soap during a long rest or during a bath. And it will give you +1 to charisma checks for 24 hours. And um, it has a total of 30 uses in which you've used one so far.
Okay, I've noted it.
Okay. All right, so you feel rested and relaxed, you feel clean, and you exit the bathhouse smelling like a suncap flower.
All right. How many hours do I have left? Like, what time is it?
Let's see. 9, 10, 11. It is now 11 o'clock. So you have 8 hours.
Do I know where Diary lives?
Yes. Daira lives next door to Haruka.
Okay. I go to see Dairu.
Okay. So you make your way back to the residential area, and um, you. I'm assuming you knock on the door.
Yeah, I just kick it down.
Okay, so Dairu's parents open the door together. Just to really rub it in the fact that he has parents and you don't. Um,
Bruh, blue shade up.
um, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, Oeland, yeah. How can we help you today?"
I was hoping if I could uh talk to Dyer that you'd let me for a second. I wanted to ask him some questions about his experience in the temple trials.
Oh, of course, yeah, sure. That's good. Um, yeah, we'll call him down. Dairu, coming. And so then a moment later, Dairu will come downstairs from his bedroom, and he's like, "Oh, Oland, what brings you to my house?"
Well, I just wanted to see what happened to you in there. What happened in the temple, man?
I just, I choked. I'm not gonna lie, I choked. It was simple things. Like I should have known it, and I should have took notes and reviewed them, but I was confident, so I went in without studying and just I couldn't figure out the puzzles. It's just you know, but it's okay. I'll get it next year. I've been studying extra hard this time, and I've been taking notes rigorously.
All right. Well, I mean, if that's it, thanks for your time, I guess.
Yeah, no problem. Did you want to do anything else, or was that it? Because I do have some studying to do. So,
Well, I guess there isn't anything that you'd recommend that I bring in with me, is there?
um, well, not particularly. Just a good head on your shoulders. Just remember the things that were talked about today at the discussion hall.
All right. Well, if you guys studying, I was going to ask if you wanted to come to the discussion hall with me to hear their debates over there, but if you're busy, then I understand.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I do have to get this stuff memorized. I'm still a little in a gray area about these symbols, so I need to study up. I'm having my mom help me with like flashcards, so maybe I can try to remember them. But
Okay.
anyways, I heard that Haruka is gonna be somewhere in the market district, so maybe you can meet up with her and she might go with you.
Yeah, all right. Sounds good. See ya.
All right, see you later. And he's gonna close the door.
All right. So I go to the discussion hall.
Okay, so you make it to the discussion hall. On your way there, you will see Haruka at the art center, like at right next door to the discussion hall as you're passing.
I I go to the art center and I approach Haruka and I'm like, "Hey, Haruka, what are you doing?"
Oh, Olin, hey, I was just gonna pick up some extra paints because I wanted to see if I can get a painting done before my temple trials. I'm scheduled in after you, so once you're done with your trials, I'll be able to go in and I want to see if I can I want to paint what I think is gonna be like in there and like before, and then compare that to what it looks like when I actually get there.
That sounds like a fun experiment.
Yeah, I thought it'd be pretty fun. What are you up to?
Well, I'm on my way to the discussion hall to see the debates there while they're running. I don't know. Maybe I can glean some extra information there before going in.
Oh yeah, sure, that's true. There was they're going to be debating the controversial subjects today, so that's going to be an interesting listen. Uh, I could come with you if you'd like.
Sure. I mean, if you're not too busy with your painting and stuff.
No, I'm just picking up the paints for now. I'll start painting later tonight. Okay,
All right,
well,
well,
well
let's go. I
let's
guess.
go in, yeah. And so you guys enter the discussion hall. Now, in the discussion hall, you take your seats, um, and you're going to see two podiums. One podium is being occupied by Jurlius, who is a man in a warrior's garb with a blonde ponytail and brown eyes. And across from him, in the other podium, is Parague, uh, who has a coconut head hairstyle, and he's got snazzy and fancy garments. And
That hairstyle. Nice.
and Jurlius, the first person in the warrior's garb, he is going to say the ideals of the Sharudo is becoming outdated with how the rest of the world is operating. We need to be realistic. The rest of the world is still struggling with poverty inflicted upon them by the greed of their leaders. They are not living in a utopia as Estria is. We in Board, we get to appreciate the luxury of the peace and fairness where everyone is not only treated equally, but we are equally seen in the eyes of everyone else. We all do our part here for the sake of each other. And yet, our neighbors and these other kingdoms are being oppressed by their leaders. This is a big issue. Now, I believe we should fight against this injustice in the rest of the world. And so Paragu is going to retort, and he's going to say, no, I disagree. You see, we need to let them be and give them the choice to align with Estria. And then Jurlius is going to respond again and say, we should fight against those who would oppress others, not sit by idle as the less fortunate suffer. The Sharudo way is too dormant and does not make enough of a difference in the world. And then Paragu says, yes, I hear what you're saying. However, we would need to be in a position where our wealth in this kingdom could provide for the entire world, which is simply not feasible. We should prioritize taking care of those who willingly choose to be part of our kingdom of Estria. It is important to note that we are Sharudo. We do not go and seek violence. We simply stand against and in the way of evil. We are a wall, not a sword. While the support of the Estrian military, While with the support of the Estrian military, it would theoretically be possible to accomplish this ideal, it would be extremely costly on our resources. War is not free. And so they're kind of just going back and forth on these points with each other, and the crowd is like, you know, there's like little ballots where you can kind of notate on the points that you think were good points for both sides, and then kind of give an overall score for both sides and then they kind of tally it up and see which side wins the debate, and then the results of all of this gets documented in a book and placed, or in a scroll, I mean, and placed in the books uh, center that's just north of the building. So you hear this discussion going on. Are you going to chime in and participate in the discussion, or are you going to just listen?
So there is room for me to like. I don't want to interject in their discussion, but I am curious about their backgrounds. So I guess if there's a second to spare, I guess I would ask Julius exactly what his background is and why he believes what he believes.
Great question. My background is I am the son of the former military that used to guard the previous king. And the thing is that I don't necessarily want war, but I do want change. And the issue is that a lot of these other kingdoms will not change unless something drastic happens. And so the suffering of these people that are in these other kingdoms and nations will not be alleviated unless we take drastic measures, unfortunately. And so, yes, I do think it will cost a great deal. You know, some people will fight for it, and some people may or may not lose their lives depending. However, the price of freedom and peace, I believe, is worth laying down my life for, and I will personally volunteer to be on the front lines of this cause.
Paragu, same question.
I am the son of one of the advisors to Sastix, and I am here to think more critically about how we can actually accomplish these things. You see, I don't believe that, no offense, but I do not believe that Julius has thoroughly thought this through, along with those who agree with him, simply because if you look at it on, yes, it sounds nice when you say it out loud, but when you look at the actual numbers of how much resources we would need to supply, not just for supplying the war, but also for supplying the people who we take in under our wing, we would need to make sure that we are in a position financially as a kingdom, and our wealth, our economy. While we don't have money, we do have resources, and these resources would need to be distributed to everyone fairly. We would not be able to have, oh, we are citizens of Estria, and so we get priority. No, because that's completely the opposite of our ideals here. Everyone should be equal. And with that equality comes choice. And that's the key factor that I would like to drive. Now, I do think that there can be a middle ground, but it's kind of a difficult situation to navigate. This is what makes this conversation so controversial. Because on one hand, I do understand that warfare does accomplish quick results. But the issue is that those results come at the cost of lives and livelihoods. And so they're both making good points. But so if you want to chime in,
Experience.
you can weigh in on what you think.
I asked Paragu how much experience he has outside the wall.
Outside the walls, I have not traveled too much. I have visited Estria, and I have visited Board, and I have visited Orenai, but I have not traveled to many of the other places outside of our kingdom. I will admit, I have not personally seen what it's really like outside of the jurisdiction of Estria.
And Julius, do you think that your travels have caused you to become a little distant from our available resources at home?
Yes, I would say that it was a correct assessment. And I do think that, yes, we will have a higher cost in our livelihood. That is correct. We have a limited number of resources. However, in doing so, we would also secure a bigger population of people who would contribute towards producing those resources. So the people that we take on are not just going to be leeches, they're going to be people who contribute to society just as we do.
I don't know if I agree with you, Julius. Julius. How do I spell that?
It's like Julius, but with an R after the U.
I don't know if I agree with that, Julius. I was up at the concert hall earlier today, and while the people there played beautiful music, and these aren't Sharudos, these are people from without our walls. They played beautiful music, but even from the safety of our walls, they romanticize what's beyond them. I don't think they've fully comprehended or assimilated into our culture.
You're right. And that is the fault of my position, I admit. However, I do think that overall, if we take action now, we can begin the steps that it would take to accomplish that integration and that transition. Because all they know is money, is the greed of governments. They don't know what it's like to live in a kingdom like Estria.
I turn to Haruka and ask what she thinks of all this.
Haruka's like, man, everyone's making such good points. That's difficult. I don't like the idea that other people are suffering, especially if we have the means to help. Silex does say that we should stand for peace for everyone. So on one hand, I agree, but on the other hand, securing peace with war is, I don't know, it's kind of, it just rubs me the wrong way as a Sharudo, you know?
Yes, we aren't a sword. That much Paragu is correct about.
You should you should give your inputs. I think you're a pretty smart person, and I would trust your insights. So you should take a stand at the podium and give your insight on what you think the kingdom should do.
I think that there's a compromise available here. So while it is true that Silex has given us shields and not swords, we are making a choice to stand here, where victims of evil are still at an arm's reach from that evil which plagues them. So maybe we don't go to war with those evils, but we simply choose to stand somewhere else. We simply make ourselves a little more available. We have sort of a remote location here on board, so maybe we should prioritize outreach. So those of the people of Estria who actually decide to see the value in our culture and our beliefs aren't left out in the cold. But we're also not compromising our beliefs in order to save people who may not ultimately value our sacrifice.
And some people in the crowd are going to applaud. Roll a persuasion check. And remember, you have the +1 to charisma checks from your soap.
At a d20?
Yeah.
Great. I got a 6 + 1, 17.
And then -2, or is it or was it 8?
Jesus. It was a 6 + 1. And I'll have to look at -2. Yeah.
Okay.
But
So
yeah. So
yeah.
15.
What?
15 total.
Wait, how's it 15?
I rolled +1, -2 because of my persuasion debuff. Or,
Wait, did you say you rolled a 16 on the die?
yes, so 1, 6, 16.
Oh, okay. I thought you said you rolled a 6. I was like, how did it jump? I was like, what? Okay, so yeah, 15 total. Okay, you're good. You're good. Good. So you succeed the persuasion check, which means you accumulate 1 point of momentum. So make sure to add your 1 point of momentum onto your momentum meter. Now, you're also going to gain a feature, which I'm going to write in on your character sheet. It's a feature called crowd work.
Yo, nice.
So this is a feature self and add proficiency modifier to charisma related checks when speaking in front of 3 or more people.
I'm gonna need that. My charisma is dog water, dude.
So, because you're having a little bit of experience with engaging in conversations in a public setting, you're going to be a little bit more comfortable with speaking in a public setting. So, you're going to have that extra bump. The method to unlock this feature is literally just to succeed a persuasion check in the discussion hall. So, because you have done so, you have acquired the crowd work feature. Okay. So everyone is like gonna applaud your speech. They're gonna think, yeah, you know what? There can be some compromises. We can do some middle ground things where we don't necessarily have to go to war, but we can cater to those who would like to have an escape from their lives in these oppressive governments. And so they're gonna start to speak more about plans and stuff like that. But the discussion hall hours are coming to an end, and they need to shut it down for the night. So everyone is now leaving the discussion hall, and Haruka is gonna approach you, and she's gonna be like, "Wow, that was amazing. You did really well."
Thanks. I've had a lot of time to think about it since losing my parents. While I am sympathetic ultimately with you, I have to understand that Silex wouldn't agree with everything he states.
Yeah, I agree with you full heartedly. You made a really compelling argument.
Anyway, I've got some other things to do before going to my temple trials, so it was nice seeing you.
Yeah, I hope you have a good time in the temple, and I do hope that you succeed, and that you get to see Silex today. Anyway, I do need to get to my painting, I suppose. So I'll let you go about your day. It was nice joining the discussion hall with you. I'll see you another time. Bye, Oland. And she's gonna
See ya.
scamper off to the residential area.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
How many hours do we have left?
Let's see. Um, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, 9, 10, 11. So it should be 1 o'clock now, if I'm not mistaken. So you should have like 6 hours left.
Okay.
And if I am mistaken, I'm just making it. You have 6 hours left. so, so nobody in the comments is gonna come for me because I'm just deciding it's 6 hours.
Ernie. Um, let's see. I think I want to go to the armory.
The armory, okay. All right, so you make it to the armory, and you see the town's blacksmith, and she's a bulky female. She is a human, but again, she does not look human because of her size. She is a sizable person. She is uniquely big, and you can't tell if she's like muscular or if she's fat. Right? She has that kind of strange like bulky build that you can't really tell. And she's going
Okay.
to lift her head up as you enter the armory, and she's gonna say hello, welcome, in like a burly female voice.
Shisharudo.
She is a human.
Okay, but I don't know if she's been blessed by Silex.
No, if she was a Shirudo, Shirudos are not like. If she was Shirudo, I would say Shirudo, but because I said human, it means she's just a regular human. So that way, going
I
forward,
agreed
if
her
you
mother.
hear, yeah, if you hear me say someone's a human, then they're definitely not a Shirudo.
Gotcha. All right, I walk in and I say something along the lines of, so I have my temple trials in a few hours, and I was wondering if you could hook me up with some armor.
Your temple trials, huh? Yeah, I could probably help you out a little bit. You know what? I got something for you. Hold on. And she's gonna rummage through her stuff. So, here it is. And she's going to hand you a Brindlehoof shield grip. So I will type that in your
It's
character sheet for
just
you.
like like it's not armor. It's just supposed to go on the shield.
Wait, what did you put the soap? Did you add the soap to your inventory?
Yes, I did. It has 29 uses.
Oh, am I just crazy?
Oh, not in my inventory. Sorry, I'm taking like notes in Notepad.
Oh, I was like, am I crazy? I don't see it. Okay, yeah, it's just a grip. It's it's kind of like a leather grip, um, that you can use to like put around the area where the handle of your shield is gonna go. Um, and she's gonna say that right there, that brindlehoof leather grip right there. It's gonna be very nice. All right, it's very nice. It's very fine leather. I refined it myself. So if you use that with your shield, that hopefully you get it today. You know, if Silex permits, then adding this shield grip to your shield will reduce your fatigue cost for skills that use that shield.
Nice.
So that's my
All
gift
right. Well,
for
thank you
you,
for your.
and I wish you well.
Great. Thank you. I will get out of your shop now. I appreciate the contribution.
Not a problem. Okay, it is now 2 o'clock. You have 5 hours remaining.
Where did you post the map? I'm actually having some difficulty finding that.
And our DMs.
Oh my God, did you really?
Yeah.
It's right here. Oh no. Sorry. Um, I go to the art center.
Wait, were you just doing all this from like memory, or what, did you
Oh,
not?
I was looking at the stream.
Oh, okay. So you're going to the art center next.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so you go to the art center.
Flattered you think that my memory's that good.
In the art center, you will see a female human. She has her hair swooped to the left side of her head, and she's going to kind of like put her hands together and like interlock her fingers in front of her, and she looks up at you and she's like, "Oh, hello."
Hello. Um, I just came here to get some inspiration before going to my temple trials.
Inspiration. So, were you looking for art crafts supplies, or were you looking to just look at art?
Mostly here just to look at art.
Then that would be next door at my brother's establishment over at the art gallery.
Sorry to have wasted your time. I'll just make
Not a problem. Come back anytime.
go to the art gallery.
Okay. And
And I
I'm
facepalm my bald.
and I'm treating that as just it's the same hour since you didn't do anything at the art center. You just got directions.
All right, cool.
Um, so you go to the art gallery and you see a male human who has his hair swooped to the right side of his head. And he's going to say, "Ah, welcome to the art gallery. Are you here to be inspired by the intrinsic art that adorns our walls?"
Yes, I'm here to do exactly that.
Excellent. Would you like me to give you a tour, or would you prefer to browse on your own?
A tour would be nice.
Awesome. I'm more than happy to oblige. And he's going to walk with you throughout the art gallery, and he's going to point out different paintings and different sculptures and some clay works that people have submitted. And you can definitely tell that in order to get something submitted into this art gallery, you do not need to be good at art at all, because a lot of the art that's here is very mid, um, or less than mid. To be honest, it's not that good, but it's
What
it's
do you think?
hanging here in the art gallery because it's just attributed to, like, everyone's expression is worth putting on the wall, kind of thing. That's like the person here. And he's as he's giving the tour, he's like, "Oh, and my name is Joaquin, by the way, so if you have any other questions, just make sure to ask me." And he's going to continue his tour throughout the art gallery, and eventually at the end he's going to stop at a masterful painting that is kind of shimmering with like a glowing or sparkling effect in some of the paint strokes. And he's going to be like, "And this one was painted by Alucard himself, made with uh, a paint that was crafted from celicite that he received from Silex himself."
How long ago was this done?
This was done a while back when Alucard was still around your age, and this is when he completed his temple trials. The first thing that he did is he took that celicite and he pondered for like a week about what he should do with it, and then he settled on grinding it down into a dust and turning it into a paint, and painting this masterpiece that adorns our walls now.
I'm sure this would be one of Haruka's favorites as well.
Oh yes, definitely. In fact, she is hoping to also receive some Celicite from Silex for this particular reason. She would enjoy to also make a painting in the likewise fashion.
As an outsider, what do you think it means?
I think it means that Alucard prioritizes the peace over the power and in the enjoyment of life, which is such a beautiful statement. And he has like a tear in his eye and he like wipes it away.
I won't lie. I'm not going to tell him this, but I'm not going to put too much stock into that if he thought all the previous stuff was any good.
True. Anywho, that
Okay.
concludes our tour for today. Don't dilly dally around here too long. You have other important things to do. But if you want to take something, we do have some clay working kits if you'd like to have one.
No, I think I'm leaving with an experience that's worth my time spent here, and I appreciate yours walking me around the place.
Very well. I'll see you around, Oland. And he's going to go back to his attending his other people that are in the art gallery.
All right. Do I have enough time to hit the prison?
Yes.
Okay, I hit the prison.
Okay. So you make it to the prison. Let me scroll down to my prison notes. Okay. You're gonna see the guard there is a male Sharuto. And he's about in his 30s. And he looks kind of like not annoyed, but he looks kind of like almost annoyed, right? Like he's like, you can tell he's exercising patience as he's guarding the prison area, the front door.
I asked to see if I asked him to see if I can see my parents' killer fuck.
Uh, I mean, I was supposed to leave like 15 minutes ago. So I don't know. I mean, I could walk you down there, but I really like Lay is supposed to be the one here and doing that for you now. Why don't you go and try to find Lay, bring him here, and then have him escort you down into the prison cells?
Yeah, sure. Sounds like a fair trade. I'll go look for him. Do you know where he is?
No idea. He was supposed to be here 15 minutes ago, so your guess is as good
Do
as
you know,
mine.
like, is he, I don't know, out on the town? Is he that kind of person?
He's a very between you and me, no offense to the guy, but he's a pretty lazy person. He slacks off a lot, so I hope that helps you with your search.
Yeah. All right. I'll be back. Thanks. I guess I would go the house or the barracks next then to inquire about his location.
The guardhouse and the bricks. Okay. So what I'm gonna do for your search um for Lay is any place that you're just stopping in to see if he's there or like to ask about him. I'm not going to count that towards your time. I'm going to count it all together. But if you also try to um, interact with something else in that facility, like for example, if you were to go to the bathhouse and take a bath, right? I'm going to count that as a full hour. Um, so just popping in, asking some questions, and investigating, trying to figure out where he is. Cool beans doesn't count against your time, but interacting with the building for that building's purpose will affect your time. So which building are you going to first?
His name is Lang, Lang.
It's Lay, Lae.
Oh, got you. Okay. So I go to the guardhouse then.
Okay, the guardhouse. So you see in the guardhouse a male Kizel. He was also looks about 30s, and he's kind of like sitting in his chair at his desk, at the front desk.
Okay, I approach him and I ask, have you seen Lay anywhere, or do you know where he might be? He's supposed to clock in at the prison shift 15 minutes ago.
You are correct. He is supposed to be here, but he has not shown up yet. And he's definitely going to get reprimanded when he gets back, or when he does show up. Assuming he's not in some kind of emergency.
Hmm. And you have no idea where he might be?
If I did, I would have dragged him over here by his ankles myself.
I guess I'll be going then. Thanks.
Not a problem.
I go to the inn.
To the inn. Okay. So you pop in the inn. All right. And at the inn. Okay, wait. Let me scroll back up. Okay. So you enter the inn, and you see a couple of dwarves who are like operating the inn. Um, there's two males and one female, and they're like the hosts of the inn.
Okay. I walk up to the hosts and I ask him if they've seen a guard around. His name is Lay. He was supposed to clock in at the prison 15 minutes ago. Nobody around there has seen him.
Uh, well, we've been here at the inn all day, but if we'll ask around if anybody manages to give us any information, we'll give you a holler. What's your name?
Oeland.
All right, Olin. We'll give you a holler if we hear anything. All right.
All right. I guess I'll be going then. I go to the tavern. Pretty sussy. I don't know why, but that hit me as kind of suspicious.
Okay, so at the tavern, let's see. Okay, at the tavern, you see a Chishiki, and she is going to kind of like gracefully float over to you slowly, and she's gonna say, "Well, what can I do for you?"
You can find me a guy named Lay who was supposed to be at the prison 15 minutes ago.
Lay.
You haven't seen him, have you?
Yes, actually, I did earlier this morning. He came in for breakfast super early, but he was kind of tired. He looked like he was gonna fall asleep.
Did he say where he was going?
No, he said that he had a couple of hours to kill before his shift at work. So I'm assuming he probably went to sleep somewhere.
I go back to the inn. Sorry, let me. I stop myself as I'm heading out the door. Thank you for your time. And I go back to the inn.
Welcome back.
Listen, you goddamn dirty dwarves. I know you're not kidding. I know you're hiding this man. Um, no, but I do ask. Are you sure you haven't seen Lay anywhere? I asked around the tavern. They said the woman over there said that he was looking kind of tired. He came in early this morning. Came over there early in the morning. Um, and that he was looking pretty tired. So it only stands to reason that he'd come here.
Well, I don't mean to impede on your logic, but I mean, is he not a Sharudo? Would he not have a house here? Why would he come to an inn?
Cause he's a bum and it's a long way to walk.
That's fair. I don't know the guy. I'm just assuming. But no, nobody by the name of Lei, no Sharudo has come in here to book a room. Right now we're kind of just housing the band, the Steel Wind Chimes, the ones that were here earlier. They're taking up a good amount of our space right now. Other than that, it's just some passerbys here and there. But we'll keep our ear out, and if we hear anything about this lay person, we'll shout out. We'll give you a shout.
I have like 3 hours, right?
I think you have more than that. I think you have at least 4 or 5.
You don't know if they're open to the public, do you? Like, if I could maybe speak with them.
Who? The band?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty friendly people.
All right. I think I'll head up to their room then if you've got no objections with that.
Nope, sounds good to me. And you're gonna
All right, I
know
head
because
up to the
like
room.
people generally trust Cheeritos anyways. They know that Cheeritos are generally just not gonna be an issue. They're not gonna be there to cause problems.
Okay. And then I go up to the room and I knock on the door.
One moment, and you're gonna see the door open after a moment of time, and you're gonna see Kier, which is the pyrotechnics person, the Chishiki, and he's like, "Hello, would you like some souvenirs? Is that what you're here for?"
Um, Souvenirs, not so much. I'm here to inquire firstly if you've seen a Sharudo named Lei around. He's a guard.
Oh, I'm so sorry, but we don't know too many of the names of the people around here. Um, but we did see a lot of Sharudo at the concert hall. But we're not sure if any of them were lay. But don't be so drab. Take some souvenirs. We have some nice gifts that we can give to you, right, guys? We can surely we can give this young man some gifts to remember. And
That's very giving.
he's going to say, "Here, take this from me." He's gonna give you a bag of something called pop powder. Basically, those little like things that you can like throw on the ground and they like do like a really tiny explosion. They pop like a really loud pop sound.
Those things.
Yeah. So imagine those, but it's like clumps of powder. So if you just like throw the clump of powder, it'll just burst on impact. And it's like really it's harmless. It's just a little prank thing that you can use like to have fun. But
Just number to use item.
yeah, it has 10 uses. And it makes a harmless
Thank you.
pop with a small explosion when thrown. Yeah, that's gonna be from me. That's Kier. He's like, "Yeah, you can enjoy that. It's pretty fun. I made it myself. Anywho, let's pass it on to the next person. He's gonna exit the doorway, and Siska, the Noctera, she's gonna come up. She's like, "I'm so happy that you came to visit me, and all of the rest of us, and I'm super appreciative. Here, you can take one of these," and she's gonna hand you a little trinket that like clips onto your backpack, and it's like a wind chime, and it just like it jingles in the wind.
Okay.
It's like a little decorative thing. And then
Well,
uh, Rock is gonna come. He's the dwarf, the percussionist. He's gonna come up. He's like, "Hey, young man, here you go. You can have here, take these. I don't have any of the other stuff left, so he's gonna give you his drumsticks, just that he used during the
okay.
concert. And he's gonna be like, Fenna, come on, give the kid something. Give the kid something. Don't be a, a brooding mood downer." And she's like, "I'm not a brooding mood downer. Whatever that is." Anywho, I guess you can have this. And she's gonna give you one of her picks for her mandolin. And then um, you're going to see Lyra Shardsong, the main vocalist. She's gonna come up and she's like, "I guess you can have one of these." And she's gonna give you like a cloth patch, and then she's gonna wait, uh, and she's gonna get like a quill and some ink, and she's gonna sign it with her name, with her signature, and she's gonna, "Here you go. That's for you."
Okay.
So to
Bro.
recap, you received a signed cloth patch from Lyra Shardsong. You received Rock's drumsticks, and Rock is spelled ROCC. You received Fenna's mandolin pick, which is FENNA for Fenna.
Yep.
Cezka is CEZKA. You got a wind chime trinket from Cezka. And you got 10 uses of pop powder from Kier. And they're like, so while we weren't able to help you with finding your friend, we do hope that these are accommodating to you, and we do hope that you come and see us when we perform in other cities and towns, or at least when we come back.
That's very generous of you. I was I was wondering why you decided to come here of all places.
Oh, we travel around, and Board is on the way to Estria, and you have such a nice concert hall here. So we figured, why not just do a couple of songs and lift the spirits of the people. We just really love music, and this is Siska talking. She's like the most talkative out of the whole group. But well, it's like a toss up between her and Rock, but Rock is more like, yeah, like he's more like a bro kind of dude. He doesn't really talk anything with substance when he's talking. He's like, "Yeah, this is awesome," like that kind of dude. Um, Whereas Siska is more like engaging and actually conversational. And she's gonna say, "So if you ever do, exit the walls and you know adhere to the call of adventure, you can always make sure to stop in, and if you see us performing somewhere, say hi, and we'll be more than happy to see you."
All
And
right.
Rock's like, "Yeah."
You decide to travel the road though. You said it was the love of music. Is that it?
Yeah,
You wanted to
we
share with.
yeah, we all just kind of drifted towards each other, and once we heard each other's musical instruments, we just kind of accumulated one after the other and decided that we wanted to share our music with everyone. And we feel that music brings people together in a way that words can't.
All right. Well, I guess you're very busy. You've got a you've got a busy night ahead of you, I guess, of packing and getting ready to move on to the next place. So I'll get out of here.
All right, well, it was really nice to see you. What was your name?
Oland.
It was really nice to see you, Oland. Have a great time. Bye. And they're like slowly close the door as they're waving.
What a bunch of weirdos. Okay. Well, anyway, um, so I guess I go to the bathroom.
To the bathhouse. Okay. And you're going to see the bathhouse attendant, the Kizil again. He's gonna be like, back already? Surely you didn't get dirty yet.
No, not yet. I'm looking for a guard named Lay, who may have been here earlier today. Have you seen anything of him? He's a Shiryu.
I do know Lay, but I have not seen him. Well, actually, I did see him earlier as I was walking into the bathhouse today, but that was way earlier in the morning, and he was walking to the tavern. But I didn't see him again after that. I was busy here operating the bathhouse.
Kind of an odd question, but I don't suppose you know where he lives, do you?
Yeah, he lives in the southernmost house on the right side. So if you're gonna be on the east side of town, the southernmost house on the west side of the east half.
Thank you again. And I go to his house.
Okay. So you go to the house, and you're going to see that the door is locked. And oh no, sorry, there's no locks. The door is not locked, but it's closed, and there doesn't seem to be anyone home.
I knock on the door.
Nobody answers.
I knock on the door very, very loudly.
Nobody answers.
Are there windows I can peek through?
Yes.
I peek through the windows.
Okay. It doesn't look like anyone is inside.
Okay.
What's that?
I open the door and I look around for anything that he may have left behind to indicate where he is now.
Nothing is left behind. His place is a little bit messy, but not too messy. But his work uniform is missing from his house, so that means he definitely intended on going to work.
He's really good at evading work. He isn't anywhere in town. Nobody's seen took his work uniform, so I guess he was planning on going there. Maybe something bad did happen to him. I leave the house.
Okay.
Where would I go if I were lazy and trying to avoid work? I go to the medic.
Okay. You enter the medic office, and let me see. Where's my medic notes? Here it is. Okay. Yeah, you see like a bunch of people are kind of just um, administering medicines to people who got sick, that kind of stuff.
Are any of them
You don't see any guards.
okay? Is there anybody available to talk to? Are they all busy?
There is an attendant, at the counter.
Okay. I go up to the attendant and I ask, um, I'm looking for a guard. He's a Sharudo. His name is Lei. He was supposed to report in to the prison for guard duty, I guess now about 30 minutes ago. I've asked all around town, and people have mostly only seen him this morning. I showed up at his house. He's not there. Do you know if there were any medical emergencies with the Sharudo guard earlier today?
No, not that I'm aware of. We haven't had any emergencies in a while. But no, Lay hasn't been in here today.
Okay. And you haven't seen him anywhere else by chance?
No, I haven't. I'm sorry.
Thank you. I leave, and hmm, heck, I go to the mill. I'm really glad you decided to make this like actual time because holy crap, where is this man?
So
So yeah,
you go to the mill. Okay. At the mill is just like a wheat field, and there's like a little like a hut, if you would, in the middle of the wheat field. Well, not a little hut. It's kind of a big hut, but it has like a station for people to hand grind the wheat into flour.
okay. Um, I'm sorry, I missed that for a second. You said there wasn't anybody there, or there was?
There are people there, but they're all like working. They're grinding the wheat into flour by hand, like with a tool.
Okay, okay. Um, I approach the friendliest looking one, and I offer to take the tool from their hand for a minute and do the work for them if they're able to answer some questions for me.
Well, that'd be kind of you. Give my hands a break.
Okay, so I take the tool and I start doing whatever the hell they're doing.
It's pretty much like
Specific.
mashing the flour.
Okay, all right, that's it then. All right. Okay, so I'm grinding the flour, and I ask if they have seen a guard named Lei. He's a Sharudo. Anywhere
Uh,
today?
no, we haven't seen Lay anywhere. Has anyone seen Lay? Everyone's like, no, I haven't seen him. It doesn't look like anyone in the mill has seen Lay.
Do any of you know where he may have gone if he were to try and duck work?
Man, ducking work should be a crime in this kingdom. But no, I haven't ever never considered the idea that somebody would even duck work. So I'm not sure. Yeah,
All right,
I
in
wouldn't
that
know.
I will get back to my work of looking for him, and thank you for your time, and here are your tools back, and for your service to the kingdom.
Not a problem. Thank you so much for that little 5 minute break. And he's gonna get back to grinding the flour.
I go to the storehouse.
The storehouse is like just there's nobody there at the storehouse. It's just like a stockpile of like wheat flour and meats from the farmhouse and that kind of stuff.
Like silos.
Yeah.
So, are there windows or is it just silos?
Oh no, there's it's not even imagine like a warehouse, but there's no front wall. Like you could just walk in.
So there's nowhere that I can like look in. There's no way he could get into the storehouse.
No, you can walk in easily. There's no front wall to the storehouse, so
Okay,
it's like a pavilion, but like there's no wall in the front, so you could just walk in. There's no door. There's no. It's just you walk in and take whatever you need and walk out.
I walk into the storehouse.
Okay. In the
I take one of
storehouse,
the drums.
you take
Sorry, go
one.
ahead.
I was gonna say in the storehouse, you see there's no people there. It's just like some bags full of flour from the wheat and like some you can see a stockpile of brindlehoof meat, like kind of like beef steaks and stuff like that, and they're all like covered in some kind of salt to keep them fresh.
Is there anything metal around me?
uh Probably.
Okay. I take the drumsticks and I start banging on the metal thing as hard as I can. And I start calling for Lay.
Nobody answers.
I keep doing it.
Okay. After a while, some people from the farmhouse come over to see what the ruckus is. They're like, "Hey, what's going on over here?"
I'm looking for Lay, the guard who was supposed to show up at the prison maybe 30, 45 minutes ago. Probably around here somewhere sleeping, so I thought I might as well interrupt him.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, we haven't seen him over here in the farm area, so if uh if we do see him, we'll let you know. We'll give you a holler, but I don't
Yep.
think
All right.
he's
That's
over here.
if you could run him through the millstone, that'd be nice, because this man's giving me a run for my money.
Well,
I
sure
go to the
will
milk
do.
matrix.
All right, the milk matriarch. Okay, in the milk matriarch, you're going to see um, Selena and Tadbury, a human couple who are um, operating the business of the milk matriarch.
Okay. I approach them and I say, um, I'm not here for business. At the moment, I'm looking for a Shirudo guard who was supposed to appear at the prison about an hour ago. Have you seen him today? His name is Lei.
Uh, no.
No. Okay.
Sorry. As Tadbury is talking, he's like, "No, I don't think we've seen Lay today." Um,
All right.
do you want to take some cheese on your way out, or you know?
I'll take some cheese for the guard who's currently taking his watch at the prison. Thank you.
That's a good idea. Here, take extra. Uh, and you're gonna get 2 portions of Brindlehoof cheese. Brindlehoof cheese is a food source that replenishes 5 hunger and 5 thirst, and has a 14 days expiration date.
All right. All right. Thank you. And I move on to the bakery.
All right. At the bakery, you will see. Oh, here it is. Um, you'll see a Shirudo man who is operating the bakery.
Does he look like Lei?
No,
Okay.
he looks like William.
Okay. So I approach him. William, have you seen Lei around? Because like he probably already knows who Lei is.
Yeah. No, I haven't actually. Now that you mention it, usually before he clocks in into a shift at work, he usually comes by and gets some bread and then he heads off. But I haven't seen him, so I have his bread here if you want to take it with you, and if you find him, you can give it to him.
Yeah, sure. I'll give him his bread. Thanks.
He's gonna give you 2 portions, so it's 2 loaves of bread. Each loaf is 12 pieces. Each piece restores 4 hunger, 0 thirst, and has 7 days expiration.
All right. Thanks, Will. I'll see you later.
All right, see you later.
Perfume and cologne. Because, like, I don't know why he would stop in there, but it's right next to the place. Who knows?
True. So you enter the perfume and cologne shop. Um, Let me find. Here it is. And you see an older gentleman, a human, and he's gonna be like, "Well, hello, welcome to the store."
Hello. The fragrances around your shop are very alluring. Be very proud of what you deal in.
Why, thank you. I do take pride in my craft. How would you like a nice perfume, maybe to impress a female you might be interested in, or maybe just some cologne for yourself, just to smell nice?
I wouldn't mind some cologne, but I am here on less lighthearted business. You see, there is a wanted criminal uh, around the what we believe is around the non-Cheruto quarter, the non-residential quarter. Um, his name is Lay. He's
Yeah,
very
the first
violent.
half there, I was like a criminal. In these parts, I haven't heard of a criminal being in this kingdom in like at least 10 years.
Yeah, well, we got one now. We're gonna string him up. So if you see him, let me know.
Alright, I'll definitely keep my eyes peeled. But here, you can take this cologne with you, and he's gonna give you a sun cap cologne.
Nice, I like Suncap stuff. Okay, thank you. And I move on to the tailor.
Okay, so the tailor, you enter the building, and you're gonna see a Shirudo. She has blonde hair that flows down, and it's untamed, but it's also adorned with flowers in her hair. More specifically, suncap flowers. And she's going to approach you, and she's gonna say, "I'm so happy you decided to enter my shop." And like she's got like a very like chill vibe to her.
All right. Yeah. Um, I'm actually here to ask you some questions, not here to shop at the moment. Have you seen a Shirudo named Lay around here? He's a guard. He's supposed to show up at the prison a little while ago, but he hasn't. In fact, barely anyone's seen him all day.
Um, I've seen a lay, but I don't know if it was today or if it was yesterday or maybe it was the day before.
Okay. Well, let me know if you see him in the future. I'm gonna go keep asking around.
Okay, well, thanks for coming. And she's gonna wave.
I'm gonna go back to the armory because technically I didn't ever inquire about Lay there.
True. So you enter and you see Ugrid. And she's like, "Ah, you're back already? Did you already complete the temple trials?"
No, can't say that I have. I am undergoing some trials of another kind. Have you seen a Shirudo guard named Lay?
Lay? Ah, man. What is he doing this time?
He is skipping his shift over at the prison and making everybody else stay later than they should be.
That scoundrel. I'm gonna have to whip him into shape when I see him again. And like you can't tell if she's joking or if she's being serious. But she's like, "Well, I haven't seen him, but if I do see him, you won't."
I won't.
That's exactly what
Look,
she says.
I appreciate how passionate you are about giving him the justice he deserves, but we do need to make sure that he survives.
Yeah, I'm just joking, can't you tell?
No, but that's all right. I'm gonna go keep looking.
All
Thanks.
right, well, take care. And when you do make that shield, come bring it by. I want to see it. Let me see that craftsmanship.
All right, will do. I go to the potions and tonics.
Okay. At the potions and tonic shop.
Yeah.
Here we go. Okay. You're going to see a Shirudo at the potions and tonic shop, and they have like
Is it
these big glasses, and
okay?
she's gonna like look up at you, and like you can see her eyes, like just nothing but eyes. They're so magnified.
Okay. I ask her if she's seen Lay.
Oh, is that what you're here for? Okay. No.
Oh, okay. Well, there's one other thing. You see, I'm going into the temple trials, and I need your strongest potions.
Well, um, what seems to be the ailment?
Uh, one, my physique. Two, my hand-eye coordination. Three, my inability to speak to people persuasively. Hold on, give me a second. Let me check my character sheet. I'm not the brightest. I'm not the wisest. I'm not the most cunning, and I don't have very high initiative. So if you could fix any of those things or all of those things, I'd appreciate it.
I think I have a better idea. You sound like you just need to relax. Have this, and she's going to hand you a tea kit. A tea kit has 12 uses, and you have the ability to turn any water into tea, which will then allow that tea to give you 2 hunger replenishment and 5 thirst replenishment on top of the value for the water that you're using. Uh, and it reduces 1 point of stress when you drink it.
All right, thank
This
you
should
very
help you
much.
relax. Anywho,
All right. Well, if you haven't, better keep going.
farewell.
All right, I go to the art center. Actually, I go to the art gallery first.
Okay, art gallery. And you see Joaquin. What are you doing back here, Oeland? Don't you have some trials to be doing?
I do, but I'm looking for a Gerudo guard, which is supposed to have showed up at the prison about an hour ago now. Have you seen him? His name is Lay.
I can't say that I have. I'm so sorry about that.
That's all right. I'll just be on my way then. I go to the bookstore.
Okay. And the bookstore. Let me go back up to the book information. Okay. You're going to see a human man. And he's going to be like, are you looking for today's discussion hall results?
Yes, I am.
All right. Well, here's a scroll. You're going to get um, a scroll that's labeled discussion hall results. And the majority of the people voted in favor of Oeland. So,
I was not even a pleasant surprise.
yeah. So your points, they voted on your points, and that everyone's in agreement that there should be some kind of compromise.
Great. All right. So that's actually not why I'm here. I did come here to collect that since you mentioned it, but I'm also looking for a short guard named Lay. Have you seen him around?
Lay, no, I have not, but I am getting ready to close up for the day. So if I do see him, I will send him your way. Good job at the discussion hall, by the way.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And I go to the art center.
Okay, I'm back at the art center. and you see um, the female um, with her hair swooped to the left.
Hello, have you seen a Sharudo guard named Lei?
Um, no, I'm so sorry, I have not. Did you need any art supplies?
What supplies do you offer?
Well, we can start you off with a simple art kit, and it can be used to produce paintings about 2 feet in diameter, and you get 5 uses out
Do
of
you
it.
sell,
What's that?
do you sell clay here?
No, the clay is over at the art gallery. Joaquin is the one that makes
All
that.
right, but you have paints here.
Yes.
Might I have some paints, please?
Sure. Here. Take this simple art kit. So you're gonna put simple art kit, and it has 5 uses, and it can be used to produce paintings 2 feet in diameter. So 2 feet by 2 feet.
Well, I will just continue my search then.
Okay.
I go to the. Is there anybody in the greenhouse?
In the greenhouse, yes.
Okay, I go in the greenhouse and I ask them if they've seen Lei.
There's a male Shirudo, who's like in his 40s. And he's gonna say, no, can't say that I've seen him.
Are you sure about that?
I'm absolutely sure.
Alrighty then.
Pretty sure if he was in this area, he'd be at work right now.
You would think. You would think. Apothecary.
All right, you enter the apothecary. In the apothecary, um, you see a really old female Shirudo.
Okay. I ask her, have you seen Lei around?
No, I haven't. Not today.
Okay. Well, you just you take it easy there. Tannery.
Okay, you enter the tannery, and you see. Let me scroll up to my tannery section. Here we go. Okay, so you see, excuse me, you see Tanner, the Shirudo.
Okay. I walk up to him and I ask him if he's seen Lei.
No, I have not seen Lei. Um, so sorry, but it's good to see you, Oeland. I mean, Alucard has been talking about your trials coming up, so have fun in the temple or later tonight, and I hope you pass.
Well, thank you. That was very kind of you to say.
Absolutely.
I'll be sure after.
Yeah, I'd like to see your shield when you come out.
All right. Well, I find Lei, so I'm gonna get going.
All right. See ya.
Stop by the prison. I walk up to the guard. Is he pissed?
Yeah, he's still a little disgruntled. He's like, "What, did you find him?"
No, but I've turned every rock over in this town, and there's maybe one last place that he could be. Headed over there right now, but I thought I'd stop by and give you some Brindlehook cheese, some bread, and if you got any water around, a bit of this tea.
Well, that's very kind of you. I have tea of my own, but I will take the cheese and the bread. Thank you very much. Saves me a walk.
Technically, that was supposed to be Lay's bread, but this was also supposed to be Lay's shift, so I don't care.
True.
All right, and I'm gonna go to the Brindlehoof Fields.
Okay. And you just see a bunch of brindlehoof cows. They're just
I
grazing.
just shout at lungs, Lay,
No answer.
you frickin' coward. get up out of this field right now. In silence, I will comb through every last blade of grass, cow pie to your sorry hide.
You can roll a
Half.
perception check or an investigation check.
No, I'm just gonna keep being angry at him. Do you even know how long I have been walking around this frickin' looking for you? It's not even a hard job. Like they're all locked up. What you just got to stand by the door. That's all you had to do. And now everybody in town is out for you, like you're a freaking wanted criminal.
The
You
neighborhood
goddamn
criminals are just staring at you.
yeah. Let them hear it. I don't care if they stare at me. You freaking jerk off. All right, I roll pursuit.
Okay.
I got a 15 plus 0.
Okay. That is a successful perception check, and you can see that Lay is not in the Brindlehood Fields. And from your result being high enough, I will also give you that he's also not in this section. He's not in the farming section of the city.
All right. I just look at the list and I'm like, all right, so maybe he's not here, but y'all give him the message if you see him, right? All right. I go to the sewer.
You go to where?
I go to the sewers.
Okay. You step into the sewers. It's like there's a staircase that goes down into the sewers.
Yep.
And as you go down into the sewers, well, actually, the sewers are actually locked. So like there's a staircase that descends down, but then there's like a locked gate that only like sewer personnel are able to unlock and go into.
All right. So I shout after Lay to see if Lay is in there.
There's no response.
Lay have a family.
Yes, he does. Lay's family, Ugrid, is actually related to Lay.
Hmm.
Ugrid is
Okay.
Lay's sister.
Oh. I was gonna say like Ugrid's gonna kick your behind
But
if you're
like
hiding in there.
it's like sister-in-law basically, because Ugrid married Lay's brother.
Regardless of like the lineage or whatever, like the relationship, she's gonna can you, man. Are you in there?
You don't hear any response.
God damn it. All right. I go to the park in the residential section. This must have been like 2 hours at the point at least, right? I'll take that L. I just want to get to the prison. Like, so park, and then I look around in the park. He's
The park
there.
in the residential district.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Lo and behold, you see a sleeping guard in the grass at the park.
Tackle him.
He wakes up. He's like, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa! What's going on? What's going on?
I freaking beat his head with the drumsticks.
Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? What's going on? Hey, chill out, relax.
Do you even know how long it has been since your shift started?
Oh, oh, snap! What time is it? And it's like close to 5 p.m. basically. And yeah, it's like 5 p.m.
Oh, it's about 2 hours past your shift at the prison.
Oh god. Okay. Well, gosh, I need to go. Thanks for waking me up. Yeah, I gotta go. And he's gonna get up and he's gonna start running.
Oh,
What's
I'm
up?
not letting him out of my till that man is station with his sword or like shield or whatever.
Okay, so you follow him to the prison, and you see him like he like bows profusely to the other guard. He's like, "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I fell asleep. I was so tired. I fell asleep. I was just relaxing before my shift at the park, and I fell asleep. I'm so sorry." And he's like apologizing profusely, and the other guard's like, "It's fine. Don't worry. Get up. It's fine. Just take over the shift and let me go home." And they do. They swap places, and then the original guard, he's like, "Thanks so much for your help. Oh, what was your name, by the way?"
Oeland, and don't worry about it.
Oeland. No, I do worry about it. You know what? Let me give you something for your trouble. And he's going to hand you an accessory. This accessory item is called Endrance's Oath. This accessory item has an effect where it says it has one charge, and you can choose to negate one instance of damage taken by expending one charge, and it can be recharged with magic.
That's pretty sweet. All right, thank you.
Yeah, this was just from one of the prisoners that we've had in here for like 100 years. Not really, but like he's been in here for so long. He's not getting out, and he doesn't need this. So might as well go to somebody who can make some use of it. Uh, I really appreciate you getting my replacement so I can go home. Oh, I can finally go and relax. All right, I'm gonna go home. See you later. And he's gonna head out.
So now I look at Lay and I'm like, let me in the prison.
Oh shoot, I almost forgot. Can you stop by the guardhouse and pick up the art therapy supplies from Captain Gee?
Is Lay asking me this?
Yes.
I'm gonna say, no, but you can do it.
I can't leave the station. I already Beifu already left, so I can't leave here. I it'd be really helpful if you could get the art therapy supplies while I arrange for someone else to stand guard here.
I'm sure it would be. I mean, clearly you care so much about your job and take it so seriously that you can't leave the station for 30 seconds to get the art supplies. And I go get the art supplies.
Okay, so you go to the guardhouse and you see the Kizo from earlier, and he's gonna be like, "All right, did you end up finding him?"
Yep, found him sleeping in
Awesome.
the park.
Of course he was. All right. Well, here's for your trouble. Have one of these, I guess. And he's gonna give you a flashlight. But it's
Oh,
like it doesn't work with electricity. It works with like a little magic gem.
that's actually really useful.
For your trouble.
Okay. It's really got
Anyways,
nothing to do with you.
did you need something?
Art therapy supplies for the prisoners.
Of course, Lay passed by the guardhouse and didn't come pick up his supplies. Well, here you go. And he's gonna hand you a little box of art supplies from the art therapy stuff.
Well, thanks, and I'm gonna go do that. And bye.
See ya. And you head back to the
Yeah.
prison, I suppose.
Yep.
Okay. So you're gonna see Lay is now ready to go deeper into the prison, and he's like, "Okay, bring that over here, and I'll take it to the prisoner who needs to have his therapy session. He's actually past the time that he's supposed to have it, so he's probably a little bit upset, but it is what it is. So, are you ready to go in?
Yes.
Great. So, um, you descend into the prison, and the prison, the way that it works, it actually goes down under the ground, but there's like walls, there's like layers of walls, um, as you're entering, and so you get in there, you bypass these walls, like there's like they open up the wall doors, and then you go into this layer bubble. You keep going deeper, and eventually you get into a section that's just like a bunch of rooms and chambers, and Leia's going to then um, request for you to stand by the hallway with the doors closed, just for a moment while he moves the prisoner from one place to another. And you're going to see that he's going to place his hand on the door, apply a little bit of mana. The door then will open by reacting to his aura signature. And he's going to say, "Okay, Thok, come on out. It's time for you to get your art therapy." And you're going to see Thok. And Thok is this big, buff dude. Like, he's jacked for no reason. And he must be like 6 foot tall, when the average human is like between 4 and 5 feet tall. In this campaign, he's like 6 feet tall, and he's just like ridiculous in size. Um, but he seems very like docile, right? He doesn't seem like the kind of person who's violent, but he is in this prison because he is notorious for attacking traveling merchants for sport. And one of those traveling people happened to be your parents. um, so he's going to lead Thok out of his cell and into a like a little therapy room, and then he's going to chain Thok to the uh, to the area to confine him, where he can have a little bit of range with his arms, where he can like draw and paint and that kind of stuff. Um, and then he delivers the art supplies and said, "Okay, here you go." And he's going to come back. He's going to come back over to you and say, "Okay, that's done." And you said that you wanted to visit someone, or what? What did you need from here?
I wanted to visit Thok.
Oh yeah, sure. It's perfect timing too. He's in his art therapy right now. Go on in. Just make sure to keep a distance, just in case. You never know.
Okay. So I'm going in.
Okay. So you see Thok, the man who is responsible for the death of your parents, and he's painting butterflies.
How does it feel being caged up in there, you goddamn animal?
So, he looks up at you, and he's gonna say, "Let's see." He's gonna say, "Thok, not animal. Butterfly animal." And he's gonna point to the butterfly he's painting.
No, you are an animal. And you're exactly where you belong. And you're not going to hurt anybody else here. You're far, far away from anyone who you can hurt. But I'm glad you're enjoying your silly watercolor.
Thok no hurt people.
Why don't you tell that to my dead parents?
Thok
If you
don't
don't hurt people doing that.
Thok don't hurt people.
If you didn't hurt people, then you wouldn't be here. If you didn't hurt people, then my parents wouldn't be dead.
Thok don't
Unless you
understand.
have something to. He dumb as hell.
Thok don't hurt people. Thok no animal. Thok nice. Thok paint butterfly. Thok is guard for the Brant Empire. Thok help.
You said you're a guard?
Thok is guard.
And you guard what?
The Brant Empire. So the Brant Empire, if you want to do a history check, I will give you information about the Brant Empire.
Yeah, history check. I got a 13 plus
0. So, the Brant Empire is a predominantly human nation. It is on the opposite side of the continent from where you are. I will bring it up on the screen. Let's see. I hit William. Oh, I didn't even notice that you joined because I had like stream mode enabled, so I didn't even know you were here at all. Okay.
Hi.
Okay, so on the screen, why is it all blurry? Hold on, let me fix that. There we go. Open link. That's better. All right. So you're over here in board, right? But if you were to come down, this kingdom here is the Brant Empire. And so your parents were attacked somewhere in this area. And notoriously, it was by Thok. There were a lot of witnesses, but from what you can see, Thok doesn't seem to have any recollection of attacking your parents or hurting anyone for that matter.
No recollection. Is Lay still there?
Yeah, but he's like right outside.
I go up to Lay and ask, like, do you know if he's gotten in a fight with anyone, or like if anybody's come to see him other than me?
Well, there were a few people who came, like reporters, people who wanted to document the case, and then there were a few people, some Chishiki came and tried to, you know, read his mind, but of course, between you and me, there's not much up there. So that wasn't really that effective. Um, but there were a lot of witnesses at the area who, said that they watched Thok, do what he did, and that, so we had to bring him in. We brought him in here, and he's been very cooperative. It's actually kind of surprising how he's been here for 5 years and he hasn't like caused any problems. He hasn't been violent with anyone. So, because of the good behavior, we allot him a few hours of art therapy. Maybe we're in hopes that maybe he can be rehabilitated. Maybe he can do better and eventually be released. And that's our hopes, anyways.
Was he captured at the scene of the crime?
Yes. Yes, he was.
And he's been monitored the entire time since then during training.
Yes.
He's been watched.
Yes, that's correct.
Was he like this at the time of capture? Do you know?
At the time of capture, he was kind of passed out.
I mean, yeah, but when he woke up, come on, work with me, Lay.
Oh, I mean, yeah, when he woke up, he was docile. He was like this. He was just a normal person, and it's kind of weird. But hey, I mean, it made my job easier.
Do we know anything about his history? He claims to be a guard.
Yeah, he used to be a guard for the Brent Empire before the incident. But after the incident, they turned him over into our hands for maximum security just to make sure that he doesn't have one of his sprees again.
And investigators think he just, what, cracked?
Yeah, but they're not really sure. They don't know what caused him to snap like that, but apparently it's mystery. He doesn't remember doing it, but he clearly did it. You know, it was definitely him at the crime scene, and he's definitely covered in everyone's blood, and that it's, you know, his hands were definitely the ones that did everything. Because all of the wounds matched up to him. So it's just the evidence points to him, and it's very clear. But we're not really quite sure what's going on with his memory. There are some people who speculate that maybe he's pretending to be dumb, but those people were refuted because we brought in the Chishiki. The Chishiki confirmed that he is kind of dumb. Like they read his thoughts and that head was empty. So, but yeah, I mean that's that. Any other questions?
No, I've seen enough for now.
All right. Well, um, thanks for stopping by, and thanks so much again for waking me up and letting me come to work. But if you like, I can escort you out now.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So he's gonna escort you out of the prison. It is now 6 o'clock, so you have um, the ability to visit two more places before you have to start going to the temple.
Okay. Um, let's see. Hmm. Where is Alucard at this moment?
He'd be at the temple.
Okay. Yeah, in that case, I guess I go to Haruka's house.
Okay. So you go over to Haruka's house, and do you knock or what?
Yeah, knock on the door.
Okay. So when you knock on the door, a moment later, the door opens and Haruka answers, and she's wearing her nightgown. It's like a long, poofy nightgown. Um, and she's gonna say, "Oh, Oeland, what brings you by?"
I just came to see how the painting was going before going in to see Silex.
Oh, yeah. Okay, here. Just a second. And she's gonna go, and she's gonna like carefully lift it. She's like, "It's still wet, but here." And like you just see like it's it looks like if a 5-year old painted a like a galaxy room, and it has like something that may resemble some kind of furnace for forging things. She's like, "What do you think?"
I think I'm gonna need to roll like persuasion or lying or something. Like, taking a look at my character sheet. That would be what would that be? Performance, deception,
There's
probably deception.
deception. Yeah, there's deception as an option. There's performance as an option. Um, persuasion is an option.
I gotta fix my modifiers, like my enmity. I redistributed my stat points, so enmity is no longer
Yeah,
0, it's
they
-2.
automatically update.
Oh, did I miss that?
Yeah, there's formulas on them, so they automatically update when you change your stats.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll roll for performance.
Okay.
I got an 8, -2, so 6,
+1
+1.
because you're
From
sick.
what? Yeah, +1, so 7.
Okay. She's like, so what do you say?
Uh, it's unique.
She's like, yeah, I know. I'm not. You don't have to be, beating around the bush about it. I know I'm not too good at painting just yet, but I'm still young. I have a lot of time to learn.
Yeah, I suppose so. Maybe with some practice, you'll be good as Alucard.
Yeah, hopefully. Anywho, are you getting ready to head to the temple?
Yeah, just about.
Well, I hope you have favor with Silex, and I hope that everything goes well for you. And when you come back, show me your shield, because I know you're going to succeed. And don't tell me anything. I want to be surprised when I get in there.
Right. Well, hopefully you do better with the temple trials than you did at painting this.
You're so
All right,
mean.
see ya.
And she's like, okay, bye, Oeland. It was nice to see you.
It just showed up at her house to disrespect her. Okay, whatever. So I have like 1 hour maybe.
Yeah, you can visit one more place before having to go to the temple.
All right, is the medic open?
Yes.
I think I'm just gonna sit in the park for a minute.
Okay. So, stay at the park. I'm not going to count against you since it's just relaxing. There's no like activity there. It's just a place to sit.
Gotcha. All right, in that case, after that, I'm gonna go to the medic.
Okay. So at the medic center, you're gonna see. Where is it? Okay, you're gonna see the same female that you saw earlier.
Okay.
At the counter.
I'm gonna say, hey, I have my temple trials. Like, oh, like a few minutes, honestly. Is there any like medical supplies that you could spare?
Oh yeah, for sure. We have first aid kits that we allow people to take with them if you want to take one.
Yes, please.
Sure, they're right over there on that shelf, and you're gonna see a shelf with some simple boxes, and they're labeled first aid.
Is this
And
a single-use item?
no, so the first aid kit contains other items.
Oh, okay.
So in the first aid kit, there's going to be 3 small bandages, which the effect for those is that it cures bleed level 1.
All right.
Then you've got 1 splint, which cures fractures or broken bones over the course of a long rest. Then you've got 3 cooling gel, which cures burn level 1.
All right. All taken down.
Great.
I'll be on my way.
All right. Have a good time in your trials.
Hopefully, I don't get stuck in there for several days. But yeah, all right. Then I go to the temple.
All right. So you go to the temple and you meet with Alucard at the temple. And he's waiting for you outside. Ah, Oeland, are you ready for your trials?
Yes, I am, sir.
Great. I'm sure you'll do well. You do well in class, and I'm sure you'll remember most of everything that I taught you. So, whenever you're ready, go on in and start. And remember, you can take as long as you need, even several days. The magic from Silex will sustain you for as long as you are in the temple. So you will not need to worry about hunger or thirst. You just need to take your time, pace yourself, think about everything thoroughly, and remember what you learned. And if at any point in time you feel like you need to learn more before proceeding, just make sure to come back out and you can try again next year. Don't worry too much about trying to solve it on your first time.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm ready to go in then.
All right. He's going to open the door for you.
And thank you for your tutelage, Alec.
Do well for me. And you enter. Okay, so let me get the temple map. Okay, so we're gonna put this in the player chat. Hopefully it works. Yep. Okay, so now it lets me put stuff in the player chat. Crazy. Open link, and we're gonna bring this over here. You are now inside the temple. So the first room, wait, yeah, the first room is just like a lobby, and then the actual temple entrance is like, so that you're already inside the temple technically. You're in that little lobby area with Alucard. So when I say you're outside, I mean you're outside of the trials, but inside the building. And so you're inside this little building here. Um, this little black line represents the doorway that lets you open up and go into the actual trial chamber itself. So you enter there.
So I go in.
Now there are several hallways that all make circles. So once you enter, you can either go straight forward to the center of the room or the center of the whole chamber, um, or you can go left or right, and there's also a second path left and right, which you can see on the map. So where would you like to go first?
I go to the center room.
Okay. So what would you like to investigate first? Everything is numbered on the screen, so you can see the numbers. So if you wanted to just say like I'm gonna go to number like this and then investigate that, you can tell me what you're looking at.
I'd like to investigate one.
Okay. At number 1, you're going to see a pedestal, and on this pedestal are 6 emblems that are in engraved slots on the stone pedestal. These emblems are the helix, the burning flower, the bubble made of stars, the tree growing through a rock, the wings covering a light, and a shield.
Okay. So these are emblems that I can pick up.
Yeah.
Okay, I pick up the emblems.
Okay.
Then I investigate 2.
Okay. At the number 2, there is a slot for an emblem. And all the emblems have the same shape. They're all just a circle with the image engraved onto it. So all the emblems will fit in the slots of all of the sections here. And so at number 2, there's an inscription written in the Ceruto language, which you can read. And it says, raise the barrier in harm's way. And, at At number 1, there's an inscription that says, "Receive, so you may give the blessing of Silex where it is needed." And then um, at number 2, the inscription says, "Raise the barrier in harm's way, and you and those behind will be safe."
Okay. And what are the emblems again?
A shield, a helix, a tree growing through the rocks, the burning flower, the bubble made of stars, and wings covering a light.
Okay. I place the shield on 2,
Okay.
and I investigate 3.
Okay. Um, Number 3 on the other side of the room has the inscription, and it says, "Persistence is key. Never give up or give way."
I put the tree growing through a rock there,
Okay.
and I investigate 4.
Number 4 has the inscription, and it says, "Face opposition. Stand strong, and your enemies will fall."
Hmm. I think I'm actually going to put the helix on 3 and put the tree growing through a rock on 4.
Okay.
And then I'm going to investigate 6.
Okay. Number 6 says, "Be strong, but careful not to be consumed."
Put the burning flower there. And I investigate 7.
Okay. Number 7 says, "True strength is in peace attuned."
Put the bubble there. And I investigate 5.
"That which is good and that which is evil, you are the protector of all."
Put the wings there.
Okay. So as you slot the wings into the 5th slot, uh, all of the emblems begin to emit a celestial light, and the temple uh, shifts a part of it at the northern end, and an extra room is, in a sense, summoned. So we're going to put the new image in player chat and bring it up on the screen. All it is that this little extra little pathway, there's a staircase that kind of comes up, and it manifests here. So if you make your way to the northern end, you'll be able to enter the staircase going north, going up.
Okay. I approach the staircase, go up the staircase.
Okay. And now you enter into a room that has a furnace, which I'm gonna put this here. Okay. You enter the room from the north. There is a furnace in the center of this room. And then this black line represents a wall that has an open archway with no door. You can just walk through. And that archway looks into another larger chamber that has these massive walls made out of silicite, the same material that was used in that painting. And that silicite wall is arranged in a spiral shape.
Okay. So I guess I navigate through the I mean, it's not obviously like a maze, but I navigate through the walls
Right.
to the center.
Okay. And as you progress your way through, you're going to see that these silicite walls that you're passing by begin to emit a glowing effect and a shimmering light. And once you've, in a sense, gotten the entire wall to light up, It kind of transforms the ceiling because the ceiling is also made out of the same celestite material, and that ceiling begins to become more transparent and becomes like a window looking from the mortal plane into the celestial plane. And you can now see Silex looking down on you from the ceiling, kind of like a video call. Silex is going to say, "Congratulations on achieving the successful completion of my temple trials. What is your name?"
Oeland.
Okay. Well, Oland, I am very excited that you have made it this far on your first try. Now that you have come here, I will be asking you a series of questions about yourself, and I will remind you to answer honestly. Let's begin. And are you ready to take the Silex quiz?
Yep.
All right. Which of these options do you value the most? Friends, emotions, power, adventure, or skills? Now, I will say, in your character sheet, skills is what you put as your biggest motivation.
I think I want to retcon that though. Like, we were making edits before. I just forgot to change that.
Okay. So yeah, so I want to remind you. So you have the opportunity to change it now. So whatever you choose as your answer is going to determine your motivation. Friends, emotions, power, adventure, or skills
Where is that on the character sheet?
in the social tab.
Oh, right. I forgot about the tabs.
Mm-hmm.
So service then.
Okay. So then that means you're choosing friends.
Yes.
Okay. Let me. Oh, okay. Day, night, both, or neither.
Day.
Okay, let me write that down. Okay. Rich or poor?
Rich.
All right. Dependence or independence?
Dependence.
Cave, land, sky, or sea?
Land.
Which form of art do you appreciate most? Illustration, music, sculpture, dance, literature, or the beauty of nature?
Criminal justice. Sorry. Literature.
Okay. City or wilderness?
City.
Hot, warm, or cold?
Warm.
All right. Fortune or skill?
Skill.
If you could only keep one, which would it be? Sight, smell, touch, taste, or hearing?
Sight.
Which of these items would you use to decorate your room? Candle, strange stones, fishing gear, or wooden furniture?
Candles.
Balance or imbalance?
Balance.
Which flavor would you prefer? Savory, sweet, sour, smoky, spicy, or bitter?
Smoky.
What downtime activity would you prefer? Reading, exploring, theater, cooking, crafting, being with friends, or gardening?
Theater.
Pick a weather condition: flood, tornado, heat wave, blizzard, earthquake, sunny, rainstorm, volcanic eruption, or any.
Sunny.
Pick a weapon: shield, sword, hammer, bow, whip, spear, gauntlets, improvised, staff, or artifact.
Shield.
Pick a method of transportation: walking, sprinting, flying, swimming, teleportation, or riding.
Walking.
Choose an element: water, earth, fire, wind, light, dark, ice, or all of the above.
Fire.
What is your preferred method of learning? Practice, reading, watching, lecture, or ignorance?
Practice.
Leave the gate open or close it.
Close it.
Would you rather be alone, with people, or with animals?
With people.
How would you prefer to give back to the community? Donating, volunteering, hosting events, mentoring, or cleaning?
Voluntary.
Pick one of the following: constitution, strength, dexterity, intelligence, wisdom, aura, willpower, charisma, or enmity.
Constitution.
How do you prefer to handle a disagreement? Directly addressing the issue, avoiding confrontation, seeking a compromise, consulting a third party, reflecting before responding, or agreeing to disagree?
Reflecting before responding.
Which one of these would be found in a garden that you planted? Fruits, vegetables, herbs, flowers, trees, mushrooms, or rocks?
Herbs.
A large creature attacks the town. What do you do? Slay it, evacuate, run away, defend the town, calm the beast, hide, lure the beast away.
Lure the beast away.
What is your moral alignment? So currently, on your character sheet, you have lawful good.
Yeah, that checks out.
Okay. Body, mind, or spirit?
Spirit.
Okay. Your results are in. I appreciate the honesty that you had with me, Oeland. So, with that, you will be given a list of materials based on your answers. With these materials, you can choose from the options, and you'll be able to forge your shield using these materials. The options that you have are going to be Mayite, Oronite, Elderwood, Glamrock, Soulstone, and Silexite.
Silexite.
You'll be able to choose more than one, and I'll go over some of these information with you, and I'll help you along the way. So,
Yeah.
allow me a moment, and I will give you the information that you need. So let's see. You have Mayite, Oronite, Silexite, Elderwood, Glamrock, Soulstone. Soulstone, Glamrock, and then Oronite, Silexite. Move these up. Soulstone, Glamrock, Oronite, Silexite, Mayite, Elderwood. Mayite, and Elderwood. Okay. I am going to take a screenshot of these. Okay, and I'm going to put it in the chat. And I'm going to bring it up on screen. So each material has a value for. You can ignore the material values. The material values just indicate like what that material is comprised of. Right? So like elderwood, for example, is 3 parts wood material, 1 part plant material, and 4 parts mana material.
Gotcha.
So if you were to get this material and you wanted to break it down into its base components, you could scrap it and then harvest these material points. And that's what these material points are important for when you're using crafting to make things. Um, but that's if you're going into the crafting system. So you don't have to worry about any of that. So we're going to look at the right side of this image. The numbers that you want to be looking at are the enchantability, the weight class, the modifier, the quality, the resistance, the durability, and the special. So enchantability means that the higher value it has, the easier it is to apply an enchantment to it. The lower the value, the harder it is to enchant it. Now, when you combine multiple materials to make up the same item, it will take the average rounded up. So let's just say, for example, you chose elderwood and mayite, right? So mayite would be 0, elderwood would be 4. That would be a total of 4 divided by 2 would be 2, which means that your enchantability level would be a 2. That's an example. Weight class is additive. So however many materials you add, if it has a point of weight class, it will just increase the weight class by that much. It's not the average. It's just, so if you have every one of these materials added to your thing, to your shield, then your weight class for your shield will be a 3. Which means that when you equip the shield to you, your weight class will go up by 3 points. Which weight class factors into your speed. So if you're heavier, you're going to move a couple less spaces. It factors into your jump height. So you'll jump higher if you have a lower weight class. But your weight class will also factor into your knockback resistance. So if something tries to apply a knockback and it has a knockback strength of 5, but you have a weight class of 5, you've completely eliminated all of the knockback because it doesn't have enough strength to push you. Then you have modifier. Now, modifier is dependent on if you are crafting a armor or if you're crafting a weapon, right? So if you're making a weapon out of this material, then that modifier would go towards the damage that it deals. But if you're making an armor, then it goes towards the armor class. So that's what modifiers for. Quality is going to determine the quality of the item itself. So in my notes, I'm going to show it on the screen for a moment. It's not 100% finished because I still need to add some more weapons and stuff like that. But you'll have a good general idea based off of what you can see here. Actually, I'll just screenshot it so I don't have to show you the whole thing. Keep in mind some of these numbers may change because I still need to add more things. But generally, this is what's going to be seen. I'm going to bring it up on the screen as well. So you can see, based off of the quality of an item, it will determine the modifier for it. So there's 2 parts to the modifier section, right? So there's the material modifier component, and then there's the quality modifier component. So a tier 3 quality light armor is going to have an armor class bonus of 3 plus the modifiers from the materials. In your case, you're making a shield. So we have shield here. Now, shield has modifier at the top tier quality. It has a quality level of 5, right? Which means that you'll have plus 5 to your armor class plus the bonuses from the materials. Right, so a really good shield is going to be really protective of you. But a bad quality shield is going to have just 1 plus the stuff. So you can see that quality does make a difference. So you want to make sure that you're balancing things out, because some of the lower quality items have good effects, but they bring down your quality of your armor class. So you want to like kind of factor that in. Now, quality is more important for things like weapons because it's going to determine how much damage that weapon does. In addition, depending on what you're using, the quality can also be considered for damage reduction. So if you have like heavy armor and you have that tier 5 quality, bring this back up for a second, then this, depending on how you make it, it can factor this 15 at a tier 5 quality as 15 points of damage reduction whenever you take damage.
Could we actually take like a 30-second break?
Yeah. Okay. So what are you up to, William?
Just listening.
Good. Because you're next after this. Not right now, but like in general.
Yeah. I'm honestly, for a while, I'm going to punch things.
Alright, well, no spoilers, because we don't want people to know what's gonna happen. But yeah, your session 0 is, I would probably say, like 60% finished in preparation. It's
Well,
the outline is done, and a good number of the details are done. I just need to flesh out some of the later parts of the campaign session.
mhm.
But yeah, I hope you were also listening on the crafting system, right? Because there is a crafting system in this campaign, so like the materials that you find actually do something. Like you can actually do stuff with it. So it's important to keep track of what does what's the quality of things.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much that's going to come up with me though, because like the
It's gonna
the
come up with everyone, right? Because there's gonna be times where you're gonna find something that is a material that can be used for something, even if you don't personally use the material. There's gonna be times where you find it and maybe you want to give it to somebody else for the party, or maybe you use it for yourself. You never know.
Hmm. I yeah, I'm just saying because of the way that my character works and stuff. I don't think it's going to come up very much me crafting
Oh
things.
yeah, for sure, for sure. Nobody's really picked a character who's going to be a crafter directly, but even if you're not going to be the one crafting things, finding the materials and knowing how they can interact with each other, and what materials to use for making something can be very beneficial for somebody if you bring the materials to a crafting NPC, right? Because then you still get the same thing without having to learn the crafting yourself. You just have to pay for it in most cases.
Yeah, like if we get any followers, we're gonna wanna like deck them out in good gear and stuff.
Or for yourselves as well, right? Like you want to have good stuff for yourselves too.
But yeah, I I I don't think I'm giving away anything on my
No,
character.
no, you're not, which is good. Frog should be back any moment now.
But yeah, I'm enjoying this so far. Can't wait for my session.
Me too.
I want to say more,
I
but
know.
I don't want to spoil nothing.
Yeah, we'll get there. It'll probably, so okay. I am free tomorrow. Um, Let me just check my schedule. Yeah, I'm free tomorrow, so I'll be able to do a lot of the work tomorrow. And if I don't finish it tomorrow, I only work for 3 hours out of the day on Saturday. So I'll definitely be able to finish whatever I didn't finish on Friday on Saturday.
I'm
On
back to
Okay.
work.
Sunday, I do work from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Oh, sorry, to 6 p.m. Um, so if I'm not done with everything for your session by the end of tomorrow, then we'll have to wait until I figure out what my schedule is going to be like for the next week, starting Monday. But if I do finish it all tomorrow, then we could either host the session tomorrow or host the session Saturday after 5 p.m. EST.
Sure. Though I do have something at 4 that I'm doing for like an hour.
Yeah, I'm going to be at work at that time, so. Oh, wait, you mean
Yeah,
tomorrow?
Saturday.
Oh, Saturday? Yeah, Saturday.
Yeah.
I get off of work at 5 p.m. Saturday.
But I'm gonna be in a meeting from 10 a.m. to 1, but uh
Yeah.
after that I'll be
Yeah, if we do the
I'll be free.
session on Saturday, it would be after 5 p.m.
Hmm.
EST. Um,
Yeah.
and if we do it on Friday, if I do finish it, I don't know if I'm gonna finish it. Usually, what I'll do is I'll like pretty much finish it, but then like I'll like give it a day so I can think about things, and then if I think of anything else, I like add to it, right? So like, cause I like to like pretty much do everything on one moment, and then like kind of like rest on it and see if my brain thinks of anything else that I can add to like spruce it up a little bit more. Um, it's very rare for me to like prepare a whole session and then just like immediately go right into it because usually I'll have better ideas for how to do things afterwards.
Hmm. But anyways, Frog is back, so
Frog.
What's up, monkey dude? Monkey elf dude.
He's not an elf. He's a feral.
Oh, I thought that was like a subclass of elf.
Nope. He's a subclass of human.
Oh, oh,
Yep.
okay, never
Anywho,
mind.
so your materials that you have access to are soulstone, glamrock, oronite, silexite, mayite, and elderwood. Now, when you're making a piece of equipment, you can use up to 5 materials. So you won't be able to use all of the materials listed here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can use all except for 1, or you can choose to just use 1, or you can choose to use 2, or anywhere between 1 and 5 is how many materials you can use.
I just used one to test the purity of the shield.
What?
Like, for instance, if I just chose Elderwood, its enchantability, weight class, and modifier, does it go up every... So, like, I can choose 5 materials. If I just choose Elderwood for all of my 5 materials, are the enchantability, weight class, modifier, etc. multiplied by 5?
No, because you would be using it as it'll just all be one piece, so it'll just be one part, right?
Alright.
So, it would be considered one part. So you would just have an enchantability of 4, a weight class of 1, modifier of 2, quality level of 3, no resistances, durability of 3. Durability, I didn't go over that. Durability is essentially if I wasn't a character and I wanted to target your shield to break it, how how durable would your shield be? And so it determines the DC for a skill check to break the shield, right? And this also is going to factor in enchantments, right? Because an enchanted shield is going to be more durable than a non-enchanted shield, um, especially a bonded shield is going to be more durable compared to So there's a lot of factors that also affect durability, but durability is going to essentially be configured by the material components. And this is not just for shields, it's also for literally any piece of equipment. So if there's a sword, if there's an enemy that has a sword and you want to target their sword and break it in half, you just have to do you would have to have a skill in your kit on your character sheet that has a skill component that allows you to break equipment, right? So like there are specific skills that target equipment things. If you don't have that skill, then you won't be able to do it. But if you do have it, then you can, and that's the system for it. So gear can be broken. Gear can also be repaired. And gear can also resist.
I think I'm.
Yeah.
Sorry. I was going to say, I think I'm going to make it completely of Elderwood.
Of Elderwood? Okay. Let me read to you the special effects before you make your decision. So that way you have all of the information available. Okay. So, for the special effects of each material, you have Soulstone, which, first of all, if you have Soulstone in your shield, then Soulstone will give you resistance to light damage, except you're a Shirudo, which means you already have resistance to light damage because of your features. But Soulstone has the Sun Touched effect, where while held, worn, or wielded, it grants the ability to cast solar magic spells. You can expend 1 fatigue per turn to cause the Soulstone to produce light in an area based on your aura and willpower modifiers. So it's like it allows your shield to light up. And you can use solar magic. Alright, next up you have Glamrock. Now Glamrock doesn't seem too great because it has an enchant ability of 1, a weight class of 1, a modifier of 1, and is a tier 2 quality item with only a 1 durability. But it increases charisma checks and saves by 1. So if somebody wanted to be a little bit more charismatic, Glamrock would be a good option for increasing charisma. Then you've got Aura Knight, which is a tier 5 quality item and has tier 5 durability, which is the highest. Then it has the effect of, while held, worn, or wielded, it grants the ability to cast celestial healing or restoration magic spells. And it increases all healing effects that you give and receive by 1. Next up, we have Shell, which is from the Silex site. While held, worn, or wielded, it grants the ability to cast Celestial Resilience magic spells, which you already have because you're a Shirudo. But it also reduces all incoming damage you take by 1. So it adds bonus damage reduction. And that would also apply to true damage. So the Silex site damage reduction also applies to true damage.
Nice.
Okay, so next up, we have the Mayite, which is the same quality level as the Silex site because it's also a Celestia material. Mayite has the ability that while it's held, worn, or wielded, it grants the ability to cast celestial amity magic spells, which is friendship magic. And when you gain friendship points with a target, add an additional 1 friendship point. So Mayite is a good way to increase your friendship levels with other people. And then lastly, we have Elderwood, which has a tier 3 quality to it, a level 4 enchantability, but it also has the ability called Harmony. And it says, increase magic damage dealt and magical healing dealt by 1, and reduce magic damage taken by 1. So
Then yeah, I think well. So if I split the material between Elderwood and Silicite, do I get both Shell and Harmony?
yes. The more materials you do add, you get all of the effects of the materials added to your shield.
Okay.
Now, I will say enchantability is only something that you need to be concerned about if you plan on adding more enchantments to your shield in the future. And even then, enchantability, as long as it's not 0 or a negative number, that means that it can be enchanted. It's just harder to enchant, which means if you take it to someone who is like a master enchanter, they should still be able to apply additional enchantments to your shield. Or if you learn enchanting somehow. So don't think that a low enchantability score is like, oh, it can't be enchanted. It just means it's harder to do it.
Okay. In that case, I think I'm going to do Soulstone, Oronite, Silexite, Mayite, and Elderwood.
Okay, so everything except for Glamrock. Got it. Okay, so we've got Soulstone, Oronite, Silexite, Mayite, and Elderwood. That is a crazy combination. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we've got Sun Touched, which is going to be this. Did I have that before? No. Okay. Equipment. Sun Touched. Trying to fit this in here. Can't cast solar spells. I'm just gonna put cast celestial solar spells, and then we can just put 1 fatigue per turn, light an area based on the area level. There we go. Perfect. So you have the sun touched effect in there. And now, okay. Now we have the Oronite, which has Blessing. Cast celestial healing, restoration spells, increase healing effects. You give. I'll put give / get by 1. Boom. Easy. Okay, and then we've got Silexite for shell. Okay, and then we're gonna add that in here. Cast Celestial Resilience spells. Reduce incoming damage you take by 1, including true damage. I'll just put reduce damage you take by 1. I'll shorten this to damage. There. Easy. Okay, then we've got Mayite with Amity.
So, like, this was also.
Yeah.
But, like, what is the benefit of Amity? Or Amity, excuse me.
So Amity spells will be things that will affect how people will respond to you, right? So like some amity spells that can be useful are like charm spells, where you can charm someone, or you can make someone more susceptible to being friends with you. You can generate more friendship points with somebody whenever you whenever you gain friendship points, which we all know that friendship points are OP, since the more friendship you have with someone, if that person is in your party and you decide to use an overdrive, they can then do a friendship overdrive where you can overdrive together, which is a huge thing. There's a few other things that friendship can do, but gain additional friendship points. Gain additional friendship point. Gain 1 additional friendship point when gaining friendship. Almost. I'll just put +1 there. And then lastly is the Elder Wood, which has the harmony effect. Harmony. Increase magic damage dealt. Magic damage / healing dealt by 1. And reduce magic damage taken by 1. Okay. So that's your effects. So now let's determine the quality. So everything but Glamrock. So let's move Glamrock out of the way. So it's these. We have a 3, a 5, a 5, a 5, and a 3. So 3 5s and 2 3s. So equals 5 5 5 3 3. That's 21 equals 21 divided by 5 is a 4.2. So rounded, that would be a 4. Quality is 4. Oh no, rounded up. You have to always round up. So if there's anything past the 4, it gets bumped up to a 5. There we go. So quality is 5. And then it has resistance to light. So where is that? Oh, right here. There we go. Resistance to light. Then the durability is a 1 5 5 5 3. Equals 1 5 5 5 3. It's 19 divided by 5 is a 4. Okay, so durability is a 4, which is very good. Okay. And then modifier is 3. And then also you can get your shield refined, and refinement will also further increase the stats, like the durability and the armor class modifier. Okay, let's see. Weight class, there we go. Is a 2. Range of 1. Okay, and what would you like to name your shield?
Let me think. Confused about why I named the shield, the burning flower on the first run of the session. That makes sense.
I think it was for the symbolism.
Um,
Okay, and then
I'm really overthinking this.
while you're thinking about it, you can also roll a D100 for me.
A D100.
Yeah.
Is that plus or minus anything?
Nope. But I will give you advantage since Silex is helping you. So you can roll it twice.
Or is it roll? Here, hold on 1 second. Okay, first roll was a 57.
Okay.
And the second one was 36.
Okay. So 57. Give me 1 second.
And I think I'm going to call the shield outpost.
Okay, and spell that.
Outpost.
Okay. So with a roll of 57, you're going to have 2 slots on your shield to start with. You can always get it modified and have it with more added or some taken away. But basically what slots do is that if you find, let's say for example, you found another material, let's say you found a glam rock, you can then get a small piece of glam rock and embed it into the shield to add bonus effects.
Cool. Nice. So do I do that now?
No, that's just
Okay.
in the future when you get it. So you have 2 slots on your shield to start. But your shield is finished. Your shield is Outpost is a shield classification with a quality level of 5, a durability of 4. The blacksmith that made it is Oeland. It has resistance to light damage, and it has a range of 1, but it is going to be bonded, which means the range will become equal to your aura modifier. Then it's going to have a refinement level of 0, but the refinement level can be improved up by up to +5. Then the weight class is a 2, which means that while it's equipped to you, your weight class will go up by 2 points. And then your armor class modifier is going to be a 3. And then it also has all of these enchantments.
Yeah, it's sick.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Let's see. Yeah, you already have access to casting Celestial Solar spells, Celestial Healing Restoration spells, Celestial Resilience spells, Celestial Amity spells, and then on top of that, spells that you cast do 1 more damage or 1 more point of healing, and then spells against you do 1 less damage, plus another 1 damage reduction. So technically, your shield gives you an extra 2 damage reduction.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
on top of your features.
Do I have an opportunity to talk to Silex now?
Yes. Okay, so let's get back to your meeting with Silex. Okay, so oh, here we go. All right, so that D100, you're working together with Silex, and you guys are forging your shield in the furnace, and he's guiding you every step of the way, and you're making it, but he's there to like assist you. So while you're smelting your shield together, you can speak to Silex if you'd like.
Where were you when my parents died?
I was here in the celestial plane.
But why didn't you protect them?
Your parents were a part of a tragic mishap, and I cannot be everywhere. So, your parents did have access to the Shirudo magic that I instilled into them. However, it doesn't seem like it was enough for them to defend themselves, unfortunately. However, do not think that your parents are gone forever, as their souls do still exist. And one day you will reunite with them. So do not be discouraged.
Are they in the celestial plane?
They are.
Then why can't I speak with them now?
Because they are not celestials.
But you are. I mean,
yes, it takes an
could
incredible amount of magic to be able to utilize these gateways. And mortals simply do not have the capacity for how much magic it would take.
so I couldn't talk to them through you.
If you'd like, I could pass a message on for you. However, talking directly to them would be out of the question.
I guess just tell them that I love them. And if they could tell me who killed them in return, then I will avenge them.
Understood. I will tell them your message. And I will give you advice,
So,
Oeland. If you
yes.
seek vengeance, that is perfectly justifiable. But there are ways to get vengeance without being violent and causing issues. So, be wise and try to transform those into better people. Because what's better for the future of everyone is good people.
But what if I can't transform them, Silex?
As long as you persist longer than their rage, you will change them. It is the nature of people. Whenever someone hits a wall, they turn.
I guess we'll see what they do when they hit this wall.
And I'll see what you do when they do as well. So, your shield is almost ready. At this point in our time together, I usually offer, if you would like, I can grant you one blessing. What would you ask of me? Now, if you want to like ask out of character, what if you have ideas and you don't know if it's like a possibility, you can always check with me first, and then we'll canonically, like if we come across something that you do want to use, we'll canonically have you ask for it.
I'm thinking, what am I canonically want?
Right. I will remind you that the last time that you completed this, you requested for a link to be able to communicate with Silex.
Yeah, I think that's good. I would like a link.
You would like to be able to commune with me even when you are not in the temple.
Yes. That way I can commune to see if my actions are upholding the Sharuda way.
That is very wise, and I commend you for that wisdom. I will grant you this link. You may commune with me at any time. The way that this works is I will create another gateway within you. And that gateway will function just the same as this gateway that we're using now to communicate. Only in this particular gateway, you won't be able to see me, but you will be able to hear me. And he's going to kind of like cause the entire room to glow tremendously with a huge burst of celestial magic. And it's all going to like weave around you and then start pouring into your body. And you're going to feel a connection established between you and Silex, the celestial of resilience.
Nice.
Yeah. I've added the feature
Okay.
back, the Silex bond, and it says that if you can roll a religion check as a DC of 11 on a success, you can consult with Silex for a brief time.
Okay. Longer. That's good.
Mm-hmm. All right, and finally, your shield is finished. And Silas is going to assist you with getting your shield out of the furnace and crafting station area. And Silas is going to say, all right, now I will bond you to your shield. And he's going to do the same thing. That burst of celestial magic is going to come around you again. But this time, your own spirit is also going to, like your own aura, is also going to start mixing in. And it's going to kind of like bounce back and forth between you and the shield until eventually it's no longer bouncing back and forth. It's just like, it's now just one entity. Right? So you and your shield are now bonded. All right, Oeland. You are now complete with your temple trials and with the forging of your shield. Congratulations! I have high expectations for someone as gifted and skilled as you. And your path might be difficult. But remember, I will be with you every step of the way.
Where would I be of most use?
For now, I do agree with some of the things that I have heard. Some of the original ideals that I have instilled into my people may have caused for them to become too overly cautious, insomuch that they no longer take action when necessary. And I understand that is in part due to the fact that it is a big risk to completely trust someone else. But that is the nature of why I designed the Mercy Link in the first place. So I need you to go and venture out beyond the walls of Board. Go and meet other people, hone your skills, and find someone that you deem worthy of entrusting that link to. Do not squander the gifts that I have given you. There is a academy in Estria that I'm sure you have heard of before. The Precursor Academy for Adventurers. I believe you should start your journey there, as there is where you will meet many people who are of your age, who are also seeking to do good for the world. And I'm certain that it is there that you will find someone worthy of your protection.
Then I will go, and I will take you with me.
And I will go as well. But alas, you've been in my temple for long enough. You should get back to Alucard. Give him my regards.
Goodbye, Silex.
Farewell, Oeland. And then the ceiling is going to return back to its celestite material texture.
Exit the temple, and I meet up with Alucard, correct?
Yes. He's out in the lobby of the temple. And he's waiting for you there.
I wave to Alucard, and I show him my shield as I approach him. I did it.
He's gonna applaud gently, and he's going to say, I knew it. I knew you'd be one of the ones to do it in one try. I didn't think it'd be so fast. You've barely been in there for a day. Well, nonetheless, congratulations, Oeland, on your successful completion of the temple trials. How was your visit with Silex?
Interesting. Not what I expected exactly.
Yes, I remember my first time meeting Silex. But enough about that for now. Let me see your shield. What have you got here?
I have Elderwood, Silexite, Melanite, I swear to God. If you give me a moment, I have a pamphlet here. So sorry, Alucard. I'm a little drained after today.
Not a problem. Take your time. Oh, enchantability is
Souls,
is there.
Warnite, Sight, Melanite, or Mayite, excuse me, and Elderwood.
Ah, yes. Very suitable materials for you indeed. Okay, let's 7 divided by 5
Silent.
equals 7 divided by 5. That's a 1.4, so it's rounded up to 2. So your enchantability score is a 2. There. I knew I forgot something. I was like, something's missing, and it was the enchantability, but I got it there. Alright. Well, this is definitely a shield suitable for you, Oeland.
Thank you. I was also told by Silex that I should seek out an academy.
Ah, yes.
Something he mentioned in Astria, I believe.
Yes, the Precursor Academy. They do have open enrollments right now. I could get you in. Would you like to travel out tomorrow?
Suppose the sooner the better. The
Excellent.
order comes from Silex.
Yes, we don't want to keep our Celestial waiting. For now, get some rest. Go home. And in the morning, I shall fetch you, and we will travel to the academy together.
Right. Thank you for taking me under your wing.
Thanks for being under my
I
wing.
don't know how long it'll be before we see each other again, should I go.
Well, I'll be able to visit. You'll still be in Estria.
Well, cool. I'll just go home then.
All right. Have a good night.
Sappy.
All right. And so from here, you go home, or do you want to go somewhere else before you go home?
I'm gonna go to Haruka's house and I'm gonna show off my shiny shield. I'm not even gonna say anything. I'm gonna knock on her door. I'm like, look at this shiner. And then I'm gonna leave.
She's like, wait, don't leave just yet. Let me see it. Let me see it. And she's gonna like try to like walk out after you. She's like, whoa,
So what do you think?
there's so many materials.
Yep. I'm indecisive like that.
It looks so cool. It's making me get
Oh,
excited
you
for
can go.
mine.
Right, you're gonna go into the temple pretty soon here, right?
Yeah, tomorrow I'll probably start my temple trials.
Well, good luck.
Yeah, will I see you tomorrow?
A journey to make to the Precursor Academy.
Oh, you're going to the
Silex
academy?
himself. That we're a little stuck here. Or need to expand police and protect others outside of our walls.
Okay. Well, that's a really
Okay.
awesome task that you got a special job from Silas. Like that's so cool. Well,
It is.
I I hope I get to see you tomorrow before you go. And before I go into the temple for my trials. But if not, I'll definitely see you around sometime.
Yeah, sure. See you tomorrow.
Okay. Bye, Oeland.
Bye.
And she goes back inside.
Okay, I go to my house.
All right.
Wait. Hold up, though.
Uh-huh.
Like dark outside right now.
Yeah, it's kind of dark.
So like, do I need to roll for enmity if I'm gonna sneak anywhere?
You can either do an enmity stealth check or a dexterity stealth check.
I'm neg both of those. Frick.
Well, your enmity stealth is a 0 since you have proficiency.
Huh?
Your enmity stealth check is a 0.
Oh, cool. All right, yeah. So we'll do that, and I want to sneak up on Lay, and I want to use one of the charges I have with that blast powder, and throw it at him when he's.
Okay. Roll your stealth check. And I will roll 19.
19.
Okay.
Bro, what if I needed a 20? That's crazy.
Wait, that's actually crazy. I also rolled a 19.
You're kidding. Okay, I'll roll again, I guess. 20.
What the heck? Well, can't be.
Yeah, boy. Just 20.
um,
Frick Lay.
I mean, he's at work. He's alert, you know. But yeah, so if you're not 20, then you get to sneak up and throw your pop powder. So go ahead and use up one of those uses. And he's going to pretty much like jump out of his skin. He's gonna be like, "Oh, what the heck?" He's like, then he's like gonna hold his chest in his hand. He's like, "Oh my gosh, Oeland." I thought it was. Never mind. What are you doing over here?
I run away.
What?
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
And then I go,
And then you go where?
home and I rest.
Okay, so if you remember, there was also, as a reminder, there were 2 characters that also wanted to see your shield when you were done.
Oh yeah. Well, I actually go to the tannery also.
Okay. So you see Tanner there?
Yeah. His name is Tanner.
Yeah. Like
Okay.
Tannor.
Yeah. Hi Tanner. So I finished, and here's my shield because you said you wanted to look at it.
Oh, Oeland, that's so awesome. Look at that. Oh, are you gonna also add your
Brittle
grip?
hoof.
Yeah, your Brindlehoof
Yeah.
grip. Okay, so that's gonna
Fine.
go in the slot 1.
Okay.
Okay. Brindlehoof grip. Okay, and then that is going to insert notes. Reduce. Okay, wait, let me just grab it from here. Okay, so reduce fatigue cost for skills that use this gear item by 1, cannot reduce below 1. Okay, so okay, so they're gonna be like, wow, this is so awesome. Wow, look at this leather, look at the elder wood. Man, this is some good work.
Thank you, Tanner.
Oh, and you got Silex sight? That's
Yeah.
impressive.
I'm glad that Silex helped me through this process. I haven't ever made a shield before, so it would have turned out rotten, I think, if I hadn't.
Yeah, Silex sounds great.
Yep. He's pretty cool.
I never got to meet him since I never passed my trials, but maybe one day.
Do you want to?
I'll consider it. I've tried a few times in my youth, but
Literally him in my chest. Like you can talk to him right now.
how does that work? Isn't
Okay,
it
so
Marga's turn?
since you haven't completed the trials, I guess you wouldn't know. Silex sometimes offers a blessing, and the blessing that I requested is that I could commune with him directly.
Wow, that's very interesting.
He sent me on a pilgrimage of sorts outside the walls, so I won't be able to commune with him here at the temple.
That makes
Anyway,
sense.
would you like?
I don't know. I don't feel like I've earned it. You know, I feel like I need to complete the temple trials to earn it before I have a conversation with him.
Well, if you feel that way, then I'm not going to force it on you.
Yeah, but you have inspired me since you did it on your first try. I might give it a shot again.
Yeah, you should. I'm like 13. You got this.
Yeah, I'll speak to Alucard about it in the morning. But it was really cool to see your shield, and it's really awesome that you got that connection with Silex now. That's going to be very useful.
Yeah, yeah, it will. So I'm going to go to bed because I've walked all over town all day.
Yeah.
So good night, Tanner.
Good night, Oeland. Okay.
And then I go home and then I go to sleep.
There's still one more person that wanted to see your
Oh,
shield.
Silex and short shorts. I swear to God. Who even was it? It wasn't the tavern lady, was it?
No. If you roll a history check, I will tell you if you succeed.
No. I think I need to roll for it. I definitely need a history check. 7. It's about what I'm rolling IRL.
7. I mean, it's not that hard to
Yeah.
remember. So, I'll give you this much. The person was related to Lei.
Oh, in the armory. Cool.
You got it.
I suspected it was her, but like, I was like, I don't remember exactly.
Yeah, she wanted to
So I
say
go to the
craftsmanship. Alright, so you enter the armory with Ugrid.
yes, and I show off not only the shield but the Brindle Husk.
She's gonna sit up.
Rip.
She's gonna stand up, step closer, inspect it, and she's gonna be like, "Now that's what I'm talking about. Look at that. Look at that
I drop it on the
craftsmanship.
counter.
That material. This is nice."
Yeah,
And that's coming from me.
that's some quality. I'm going to bed now.
All
Goodbye.
right, well, thanks for bringing it around.
Yeah, sure thing.
That brindle
And
hoof
at this point,
leather looks good on
I'm
it.
too tired.
What?
Thank you. I'm too tired to even go home. I'm just gonna fall asleep in the street.
Okay. And then, similar to last time, you're gonna wake up in your bed without your shield, but of course, you will find that your shield is still where you left it, since no one else can lift it. And
Okay.
I'll allow you to do like one more visitation if you want to, before you leave the town and go venture out.
It's weird how like a totally fictional sleep like gives me a second wind to interact